All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible weekend. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, morning, Carlos. I had a fantastic weekend. The weather was, it was July weather here. It was not October weather. It was just crazy, like 32 degrees, sunny, beautiful. I was swimming in the lake. It was awesome. Anyway,
Yeah,
great
yeah.
weekend. How was yours?
Weekend was good, man. I did a lot of stuff around the house, chopping up some wood for make sure I have enough for the campfire. And other than that, man, just relax with the kids. My son got sick over the weekend, so he's home now.
Oh,
But other than that, man, can't complain. Had a good weekend with the fam. So,
excellent.
with that, friends, what a day are we stepping into? What a way to start the week. There's so much going on, Peter. I couldn't even fit everything in the title. I mean, it's just there's just too much happening. Quick look at our gappers list. Again, this market continues higher. So many things just moving northeast. I mean, look at this list. Where do we begin? I mean, it's massive. Looking forward to today. Our good buddy AMD in here. I mean, it's just an awesome day. But Peter, before we get into all of that, U.S. economic calendar, let's get that going, and then we'll hop into this list.
Well, that's an easy one. There's nothing on the calendar. It's we got nothing scheduled. There's a Fed speaker after the close around 5 o'clock, but nothing. So it's a very quiet Monday from that. We can just let the stocks talk for themselves. And boy, are some of them screaming. It's normally at the top of the list on a Monday. We see some big movers, but they're usually like small companies or biotechs or something doing crazy things. Like you said, AMD up here with a massive move. We'll talk about that. It's not the top of the list, but it's pretty close. So we'll get there
Yeah.
momentarily.
Yeah, and there's just so many headlines today, so we're going to try to go through this gappers list and actually just hit the big ones because we're not going to be able to get through everything with everything that we have going on here. So let's do the top two just because they're higher than AMD. AMD is the big story today, obviously. SPRB, let's see what's going on there, and then we'll go get to our good buddy in just a second here. SPRB, Spruce Biosciences. So this thing is up 109%. 5.6 million shares traded, so it is rocking this morning, Peter. We know Mondays are usually good for these bioscience, therapeutics, and pharma companies. What's going on with this one today?
Yeah, this is a very low float. There's only about 500,000 shares in this float. Tiny company at about $5 million market cap. But they received FDA breakthrough therapy designation for their enzyme replacement therapy. So big news for them. If you like trading the low float, high risk ones, this one may be for you. I mean, come on, we got better things, in my opinion. I mean, come on, with AMD going crazy.
Uh, you know, Elon is he's a funny guy. I like this guy. I'm looking at his X account now, and the stuff he posts on here, Peter, it's just funny. So now he's got this picture like in Mars or something with him smoking. Clearly, it's smoking some weed. Looks like. I mean, he's just a very interesting individual. So we'll get to him because he has news too. He's not staying behind. He's releasing some kind of model supposedly tomorrow. So we got news coming out of Tesla, maybe a new model being released as surprise. I mean, you name it, it's happening. All right, next on here, friends, CRML. Let's take a look at this one. This is down 36%, 15 million share. Actually, it's not down, excuse me. It is up 37%, coming down from the highs as high as 16, now back down to 10. So you can see here it's been losing some ground from our pre-market highs, and on the daily, again, just not usually one that we look at. Critical Metals is the name of the company, Peter. What's the latest and greatest?
Critical metals. Well, I mean, last week, if you remember, we saw a whole bunch of companies that were jumping up on news that they may be supported by the U.S. government, and the drive for rare earth metals has has taken a, it feels like a little bit of a fever pitch, right? Because a lot of those traditionally have come out of China, and Western societies are starting to realize that they need to not have such a dependency, especially as China started to restrict access, partly due to Trump's tariff war, but partly because they're also trying to develop their own industries, right? Want to keep it for their own local development. But in this case, this is Critical Medical Metals Corp. They've signed a new $35 million deal um, to create a new funding source, bottom line, for them to be able to help develop their rare earth metal deposit. This one is in one of the disputed places we've talked about in the past, but this is in 10 Breeze. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. 10 Breeze, Greenland. So the investment, this $35 million, is going to be used to develop a rare earth deposit in Greenland, which we know is a place that President Trump had already set his sights on previously and was refuted. But unless he goes in with military force, it's not a U.S. territory yet. So, anyways, that's the news for CRML. They're going to be developing in Greenland.
All right, there we go. Again, just there's really no space for these today, man. But let's look at one that we are definitely going to make a lot of room for. AMD, Peter. I mean, what a monstrous move. Up
Oh my
35%
God.
now. Was high as
Yeah.
26 in the pre-market. Now we're hitting above 30 here. 29 million shares traded. I mean, I got a lot of questions, Peter. I got a lot of questions on OpenAI. But talk us through the deal, and then we'll dive into what OpenAI is doing.
Yeah, so this is all about a single deal that they've signed with OpenAI, which had just last week or a couple weeks ago had previously announced that they had a $100 billion deal with, sorry, $100 million deal. I gotta make sure I get the right. Anyways, they had a deal with NVIDIA previously, and the concern was that would shut AMD out. But OpenAI, they're going to play with everybody, and this is actually a much bigger deal with AMD where they've basically committed to a gigawatt worth of power on AMD GPUs in between now and 2026. And they're going to scale that up to 6 gigawatts worth of power. And in return, so basically, OpenAI is going to be using AMD GPUs to power some of their AI engines and backbone. And in return, AMD is giving OpenAI 160 million shares of the company at a purchase price of 1 penny per share. So that's basically they're getting it for free. So it's interesting that the stock has jumped 35%, up $57, when they're giving away 160 million shares for free. Now, keep in mind, that's about 10% of their active float, which sits at $1.6 billion here today. So essentially, that's 10% of the company, technically, that they are giving to OpenAI in return for this deal. So it's questionable as to how good of a deal it is, but the market seems to think it's a great deal at this point. So it's it was $100 billion deal, people were saying, with Nvidia, whatever it was. Anyways, but yeah, so OpenAI is really the one that's making waves here. But the partners that they've got, they're creating news. And I said AMD is riding high. This I think will be very interesting when the market opens, when the opening bell rings, because being up this much on this deal, I don't know. I feel like there's a pullback potentially happening, but I could be like, I don't know, maybe not, right? It could be that the market says this is awesome and moves it higher. I mean, this was, I don't know. I mean, this pushes. We don't, Carlos, we don't like to talk fundamentals. I don't want to use the F word in here, but
Mm.
if you look at AMD versus some of its peers, it's being pushed into some rarefied air now, as it's like its PE ratio is like 95 with this move. That's when you consider that Nvidia, which is the market darling and largest company in the market, is only at 53. Um, yeah, I have a hard time justifying where this thing sits. But I mean, hey, I love trading AMD, and I'm happy for it to do well, but yeah, it's feeling a little heady up here.
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. Definitely, I think overreaction. And what's bothering me, Peter, is that I'm looking into AI. Obviously, OpenAI is a private company, so you don't have a lot of details on their finances. But these guys
Sure.
are operating at a net loss year by year, right? So they're
Right.
doing this in the hopes that they're going to continue to double their membership, because they've been doing every year. They've been doubling, it's just tripling their membership and their users, and they got a bunch of users in the billions. But it's like, if this thing falls
Eh,
apart, they have deals with Microsoft, with Nvidia, with Oracle. Oracle's they got a big deal with Oracle in regards to their cloud storage. And then in this deal with
Yeah.
AMD, they're putting AMD's gonna put the chips in Oracle, and that's how OpenAI is gonna access it. So it's like a three-way thing going on here. This is messy, man. If we go into recession, if OpenAI fails, we're going into recession, because it's just there's just way too much being bet on this one single thing to work out. I'm not being negative about it, but man, it's like, are we putting all the eggs in one basket when it comes to tech, man?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, look, they've got a little bit of a nest egg now, right? Because if OpenAI owns 160 million shares of AMD, all they have to do is sell that off to recoup some money. I mean, that's a cash load for them at current market value of about $35 billion. So, that
Yeah.
gives them a little bit of money to float on for a while. So,
We'll see, man. They burn through cash pretty quickly here, but yeah, for us, AMD definitely in play, man. Love what I'm seeing there, and the market goes wild. Oh, let's not forget, there's actually a shutdown happening in the U.S. government. You know what? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. This market doesn't care. Wall Street doesn't care.
oh
They
yeah.
could go. Yeah, that's happening too. Let's not forget about it. But let's
Well, I mean,
continue.
if you're a U.S.
uh,
government worker not getting paid, you care deeply. I'd be really nervous going through like a U.S. airport right now. Can you like I don't know how that
yeah,
works.
I think
I'm
next
amazed that
week is when they stop getting paid. Like the military, I think goes into this next week. They have a date when they get their paychecks, and I think TSA.
right.
I'm not sure if they start, but the military comes up in a couple of days, and I think that's when they probably want to get this resolved. You do not want
Yeah,
to
it's
default on your military, but we'll see.
it seems like a weird model where you can force people to work but not pay them. Now, I understand in a lot of cases, once things reopen, they get back pay. But which just seems
Yeah,
like you're
they do.
now punishing them in the short term. I don't know how it works, to be honest. Is that true? Is anybody a government worker out there that could tell me, like, especially if you're a critical government worker, if you're forced to work during the shutdown and you're not getting paid, do you just catch it up when, so you get paid what you missed, or do you just lose that money forever?
Yeah,
Oh,
they probably got to
here.
get
So
back pay,
Mr.
right?
Paijo says the air traffic controller, and that yes, they get paid. So they get paid after the fact. So they get back pay. Okay. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
it's weird.
you should get back pay with interest. I mean, you're holding my money, right? It's not in my account. It should be like, you guys get like some kind of extra, or no? That's horrible.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah. Anyways,
Anyways,
it all it all seems odd to me.
yeah,
Anyways,
it
look,
does.
yeah, government shutdown is still happening. But yeah, the news in the market, of course, is about some of these other moves, which are just I don't know. It's crazy, Carlos. It's
Yeah. We got a federal prosecutors. Yes, they get back pay. Oh, I guess we got some interesting people here. Love it. All right,
yeah.
let's go to the next big story, right? Because there's so many on this list. We're not going to be able to cover everything. The next big one, Peter, here is Bitcoin over the weekend hitting all-time highs, and obviously you're seeing all the Bitcoin tickers in here. Congratulations to all our Bitcoin holders. You were right. This thing is rocking. All-time highs again, Peter. So what's the latest news on that one?
Yeah, well, this is the price at which I was saying you got to take a look at, right? Because if we get back over the 120, this is when we could rock. And like you said, Bitcoin at all-time highs. So anything related to Bitcoin, of course, is going to be significantly up. I mean, you never know why Bitcoin is moving. I mean, I don't see any particular news. It just, it just is. It's, I mean, usually you can relate it to just more transactions, and coin changing hands. But I don't know if somebody knows why Bitcoin is moving, then let me know. But all the news is just it's at an all-time high.
Could it be part of sentiment too? Meaning like, the U.S. government is closed, so it kind of the sentiment is, this is because Bitcoin was supposed to be an alternative to like the U.S. dollar, and depending on certain restrictions, because maybe that kind of fuel a little, bit, at least the sentiment, maybe. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I mean, apparently a lot of the trading volume was happening in the Asia Pacific region. So it seems unlikely that it was related to a US government shutdown. I mean, maybe, but I can't see any direct tie to that. Besides, currency availability and security isn't really affected but whether government workers are on the job or not. But Carlos, I mean, it's impossible to say. I mean, nobody quite, part of the promise of Bitcoin is it's just harder to track volumes, and it's sort of like, it's like tracking the macroeconomic movements of currency valuation or gold or even the precious metals. I mean, why is gold sitting at all-time highs? It's just there's more buying of it. There's no particular reason that people can track, but you just go with it. So, Bitcoin is high, and that's this is the place where people get all excited. So let's do it, man. Take advantage. Why not?
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Uh,
the real thing that, this is where a lot of these companies may get excited on some of the other currencies, because we want to see those with treasuries in Ethereum. They're also seeing a little bit of an increase as they're going up higher. And what was the other one? Solana, that seemed to be very popular. Everybody was getting into Solana. Now those have not got to the all-time highs. They have gone up over the weekend, but not to the highs like Bitcoin. So we'll see if they follow. But,
Yeah. So again, on this list, man, just a ton of them. You pick your favorites. Although Bitcoin is
yeah.
crushing all-time highs, there's not a lot. They're not like if you look at Mara, CRSK, and these other ones, they're not like crushing. They're moving higher, but it's not like we had before, Peter, where every time Bitcoin hit an all-time high, these companies, especially the Maras of the world, the CRSK, they had a big reaction. Like you're not seeing that
Yeah.
now. You're like, okay, you're moving up. Okay, that's great. We'll move up slightly. It's like that they're sticking to their range. You're seeing a slight ups like 3.6 on some of them, but it's not nothing out of this world. So that's interesting. Except for Hood. Hood continues to do his thing, and I will be watching Hood again this morning. I do have AMD already on the list, of course, and Hood is right next to it. So yeah, it just seems that way. Like they're not getting a big move up.
No, no, and I've given up sort of watching the actual stocks that have involvement in Bitcoin and crypto, because they don't. I mean, look at that daily chart, right? They just don't trade all that well. It's difficult to, I find, to day trade them. So,
Yeah.
might be good investments. Day trading, not so much, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. All right, let's look at some other stuff on his leading the way, and then we'll see what's gapping down. Look at Rigetti and Quantum taking a hit. I guess that they're not happy about the AMD and news here. And OpenAI, they should be. It's all computer stuff, but we'll take a look what's going on there. Let's look at a few more. Today's going to be a day where just pick your favorites. There's so much
Yeah.
on here. Another
Uh,
one here is AIP. Making the list, right? This is up 25%, so big jump there. The float on this one, Peter, is 31 million, so not tiny, but definitely a low float ticker on the list this morning.
Yeah, our Terrace, it's a semiconductor. There's a few semiconductors that are in here. Actually, I was going to mention MU, which has a similar story. It looks like there's some analyst upgrades. So our Terrace here got an analyst upgrade with buy ratings, and Micron got analyst upgrades this morning. So a little bit of bullish sentiment going on into the semiconductor sector. I've never looked at this stock, Carlos, so I don't think it's one that I would follow, especially with better semiconductors out there.
Yeah.
Micron last week, if you remember, Wednesday of last week, it put in a big day increase and then held it through the rest of the week.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're coming into this week at some highs here, and it looks good to maybe push through 200 with the bullishness sentiment in the market. So we'll have to see what happens once the opening bell rings. Again, AMD, the big mover so far this morning. Interestingly, since we're talking semis, um, Nvidia's actually red. Nvidia's going the other way. So the fact that they had that big deal with OpenAI almost seems like not so good of a thing now that they've been eclipsed news-wise with the AMD's news this morning and a much bigger deal. So it's yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with both of these stocks when the opening bell rings and the big money jumps in here and voices their opinion, puts their money where their mouth is. So.
Yeah, it's OpenAI is being very open with all their partnerships, so they're getting into bed with everyone. They're not exclusive, of course. All right, what else we have? So I will look at Nvidia today. I think Nvidia in tech is going to be a big day for them. So Nvidia will be on my list as well. Let's look at A Lab, and then we'll go to you, Peter, to see what you like. I see all our friends down here, by the way. POTR is down there. You see. CRCL continues to be on this list. We got POTR and you have all our usual suspects down there. Tesla's it's got some stuff hopefully happening there. Oracle, I mean, you name it, they're all down there. So I'll put some on the list. But let's look at AdLab, and then I'll go to you, Peter, on what you like this morning off the gap up list. AdLab, Asterica Labs up 50% this morning, 444,000 shares traded, and they're doing very well as far as daily goes. But for the most part, not usually a great trader. Every time it comes up on the list, I end up not putting it on the list. Is today any different?
No, I don't think so. It feels like a Me Too type move. Again, it's the semiconductor sector getting a move here, and yeah, pretty much all the semis are going to be in play to one degree or another. But again, why not focus on the big ones because they've got the big news. So, but you remember, I see some of the comments happening in the chat room, and remember that picture that we posted, I can't remember, like 2 weeks ago, where this is part of that, I don't know, that interesting cycle where like all the everybody's investing in everybody else who in turn is investing in them. And it feels like that the joke, right? Where like you get three buddies, I guess, standing in a triangle and, hey, Carlos, can I borrow $20? And you give me $20, and then Andrew's going to come on and say, "Hey, Peter, what about that $20 you owe me?" So I give him the $20, and Carlos says, "Well, hey, Andrew, you owe me $20," and Carlos, you get your $20 back, and everybody thinks they've been paid, and nothing's actually changed. We're
Yeah,
all in the same
yeah,
spot.
that's just being pushed around to a different balance sheet. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Peter, so much to watch on here. What do you like this morning on the gap up? What's on your list?
Uh, Gap up. I mean, other than what we've talked about, I don't have much else. I noticed. Well, Tesla. You did mention Tesla, and Elon, yes, has been putting out some teasers out there that apparently what they're calling FSD 14, full self-driving version 14, is supposed to be released today. And that has got the market interested to see, so what does that mean exactly? How is that going to, show itself? Not a lot of details about it, at least not that I see. I mean, we do know that it's going to, like the statements from the company is it was delayed due to and I'll use the quotes that they use in their own press release, a last minute bug, and that but the functionality is going to give them time to add new features, but they haven't said what new features those are. So, anyways, any owner of a vehicle with hardware 4.0 will gain access. So I don't know. I don't. I don't anyways, the software upgrade system in Tesla vehicles is a little complex for me. John, if you're out there, John loves his Tesla. He's always telling me I need to do it. Do you have hardware 4.0, or have you got an old obsolete hardware 3.0 Tesla? I don't know. Anyways, but only the cars with hardware 4.0 are going to get this full self-driving version 14. So he does. You know what hardware version he has in his car, Jete? Anyways, all right. Well, good. Then he can tell us what happens. Maybe the car will go get him a latte in the morning and without him even asking. I don't know.
Well, John is always sharing videos with us when he's
He,
laid back and just letting the car do his thing. He's always and he's actually doing it in roads where it's like just two lanes, right? He's not doing like in a major freeway. I expect it to do good in a major freeway, but he's doing it in these
it,
windy roads in the countryside, and it's pretty good. Staying on the pavement.
yeah. What he loves it, and that's great. Nothing wrong with that. It's interesting that Musk wrote about a week ago. He wrote a post that said, "So this is version 14, 14.0 that's coming out, right?" Uh, but he said 14.2, so not the one that's supposed to be coming out today, but version 14.2 will make the car feel almost like it's sentient. So I is that good? Like he's saying it like it's a good thing. Do I want my car to feel like it's thinking for itself? I suppose so, as long as it doesn't revolt, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
anyways, so yeah, so Tesla is probably going to be in play today. News like this is absolutely what gets the fans going crazy, and we could get this thing moving. Don't forget, Thursday of last week, Tesla had a big sort of open on the market and then sold off all day. So we've got some high prices that we can go after, not only breaking back over the $450 area, right, which is about $9 or $10 above the current price. But the high that had been set sort of pre-market that we sold off from at 470. So there's lots of topside movement for Tesla this morning if it wants to go there.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find when the release of this teaser they have for this new vehicle is supposed to be tomorrow, but I don't see a time on when this release is going to be. So we'll see. They just got like a hubcap spinning, and then it just says 10.7. So that'll be tomorrow. We'll see what that does, right? But should be in play today and tomorrow, and yeah, we'll keep it on here. Definitely on my list this morning. What else, Peter? What else you like on our gappers list up this morning?
You say that is this their website that says it's going to be out tomorrow?
Yeah, Tesla. If you go to it's on their Tesla page too. Like they got this
Oh,
thing here. And it's also a couple of alerts are saying that tomorrow there's a big release of something, right? And but this is all the teaser they have. It's just this and 10.7.
because
So
I think the full version software is supposed to be out today,
no,
but
I don't think that the software. I think it was either yesterday, last night, or today. But this is something different. This is like a car
okay.
release or something. Yeah,
Oh, well,
yeah. So
then
we'll see.
they're just sending out teasers. So, all
Yeah,
right. Anyways, whatever.
yeah. What else you like on the gap up list, Peter?
That's I mean, Apple is gapping up a little bit. Apple's had some interesting moves, but you've got to be very, very sharp on catching them because they seem to be, like right at the open, and then Apple gets really boring for the rest of the day. So, sort of you need some good luck and good good chance to hit that.
Yeah.
But it's there if you're interested. The other one that I noticed gapping up this morning, I think PLTR might be interesting today. Only because of the Friday sell-off. Sort of a big sell-off on Friday on PLTR, and when we're sitting sort of mid-range for that. The close on Friday was 173-ish. We're sitting up at 177 now, and if you look at the Friday's range, we have all the way up to about 186.87 for it to move. So it gives a good amount of range here if PLTR decides it wants to do something today. I can't say that it will or won't, but yeah. So that's it, Carl. I mean, really, the big focus, of course, is on the semiconductors with AMD leading the charge so far. Again, I'm not assuming that means it's going to go higher. It's been going sideways now for the last half hour or so, but it's absolutely in play, and my eyes will be right on it as the opening bell rings to see what happens
Yeah.
next.
Yep. There's one here actually that's not on this list. The only reason I know about it is because I have some doing some stuff with that on the other side. But Plug. Plug, my friends, Plug is up here pretty nice here, up 14%. You could look at the daily, and again, it's below $5, so it's not hitting my scanners. But they've been slowly in play here, and some of the analysts are saying that they still have 136% to go up next year. Like there's this one analyst that's really strong on it, and the stuff that he predicted this year turned out to work out, and he's predicting even more upside next year. So you can still in play here. 43 million shares traded. This thing started last week, and it really is getting some volume here. So I'm interested in this one. Obviously, I have a swing on it as well, so that's why I gotta be careful how I don't want to have a bias. My bias is for it to go up, but it's in play, man. It's in play. Secondary for me, 43 million shares traded, 14% right now, and it's got some good news behind it. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah,
that analyst, by the way, he needs to get his company to put their money where his mouth is, because
I know.
if you look at Plug, I mean, I'm looking at Plug's rating sheet here, and they have had over the last 3 years, they've had 18 downgrades and one upgrade. So,
He's going against
um,
everybody. Yeah.
yeah, and he's got to get, and his company, I notice, is not on the ratings list here, so they've got to start formal coverage and put in an upgrade rating here. So it's one thing to say it, prove it, put it,
Yeah.
mark it down. But anyways,
Yeah,
we'll
and the
we'll see.
amount of money he made his firm is just like unbelievable so far, and we'll see how it plays out.
All right.
All right, friends, that is the gap up. Let's see what's gapping down today. Quantum is not feeling the love from all the all-time
No.
highs from the SPY, from Nvidia, and you name it, everything's going northeast. But Quantum is taking a little bit of a dive here. So let's start with QUBT, down 14% this morning, 10 million shares traded. You can see the action here in the pre-market looks very active. The one we love the most, probably, that we look at the most is Rigetti. Rigetti down 3.1, 3.8 million shares traded. When you look at the bigger picture, it's not as bad, but they're all down today. So the whole sector seems to be taking a slight hit, Peter.
Yeah, quantum computing, which is QUBT, specifically said that they were raising, this is Friday's news, that they were raising $750 million in a private placement, which has already been oversubscribed. So basically, that's $750 million that they say they've already got sort of in the bank from a private placement, which is dilutive, of course, to publicly traded shareholders, which is why we saw this thing sort of make an interesting move. It popped up on Friday, and now it's sort of gone down below that range. So I don't know what to make of the sector. I mean, it's like you said, it's been in play. So pick the one that you like. I mean, I think with just general news in the market, these things are going to continue to move for us. Um, which direction though? You never know on any given day on quantum.
Yep. You just never know. I like Rigetti, so I will put that in the secondary. I mean, it doesn't look amazing, but they got some volume here, and I want to see if anything comes out of this. So I'll add Rigetti to the secondary list, and we'll see how that makes out. And then on the gap down, that's all there really is, Peter. So, well, IonQ. What is IonQ again? IonQ on the list here. Yep. So IonQ is down slightly, 2.4, 1.3 million shares traded. I have not really looked at it, so I haven't been watching it closely. It is in play today, clearly. Maybe a secondary for me. What's your thoughts, Peter?
Yeah, it was one that we were looking at last week for sure, and it had a couple of good days. I don't see anything new on it that indicates it's going to have a particularly, active day today. But if you like it, by all means, I probably won't be. It will not be primary on my list. I think I'm just going to focus on the semis and Tesla today.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm trying to remind myself, what does IonQ? I know they do this the D wave thing, because I know they're not a quantum, but they run with them, right?
Yeah, I mean, they they call themselves a quantum company. If you go to their website, it's all about quantum, what they're talking about. But
Yeah,
a
I
lot
see
of their
that. Yeah.
actual the technology they've got that pays the bills are support services for EVs and electric car batteries, and so they've got a lot of different products that they've already got out there. So they're at least they're a real company. Like they're producing
Yeah.
stuff, right? So,
Yeah, yeah, they're doing something. Okay. No wonder
but they do
they.
have quantum. Like they've got what they
Hmm.
call Harmony, which is their quantum computer that they claim was the first commercially available quantum computer, but it's already been retired. So, and then they've
That was
got some
short
other
lived.
systems. Yeah, it was. So I don't know what it did or who bought it, but it was just maybe it was just so they could say, "Look, we sold one." But yeah,
Yeah.
they're anyways. It's a viable company. It's just it's not always a great trader.
Yeah, gotcha. I just thought about BA for some reason because I'm hearing a lot of noise on Bloomberg about BA and their 737 Max being replaced by another aircraft. So just a lot going on there, but I don't see no movement on them. But it just made me think about that. All right, Peter. As far as gapping down, anything you like? Not much to go off here to look at this morning, but anything else that's on your radar?
I think we've talked about most of it. I think the focus is going to be, like I said, on those sectors we've already talked about. It might be interesting. I noticed this morning we've got a little bit of a move down in Meta and Google, and a little bit of a move up on Amazon, although it's been dropping in the last hour. Some of the other Magnificent Seven type stocks might be interesting to keep an eye on just to see what happens with all this focus going on, OpenAI and AMD. I'm thinking that the heavy money might have an opinion to weigh in here on Google and Meta. So I always keep them on a screen. I think I'm going to keep an eye on them just to see what they do and see what happens. The other sector that I'm surprised to see green this morning is all of the airline stocks. I was keeping an eye on them because I was thinking, so what would be affected by the government shutdown? Like, are we? And I can't help thinking that I would not want to visit a TSA agent who's thinking their paycheck is going to be delayed for as long as the shutdown is happening. And maybe that, airlines are going to suffer in the US, but they don't seem to be taking any impact. So I could be
Yeah,
wrong on
yeah.
that. But
Yeah, I mean, the TSA thing has changed a lot, man. It is so much, it's more pleasant now. I don't know what it is, but the few times I traveled recently, it's not a hassle. It's like everybody's laughing, smiling. Again, I always mention they look younger. They're so younger now, man. They barely look 18, some of these guys.
is
I'm telling them, like,
is that
how
maybe you
old is
getting
this
older that
kid?
everybody just looks younger?
Well, could be, but I remember when I was even just before COVID, so it's not so long ago. We're talking about here, like maybe 10 years ago, right? I remember it being grumpy older people all the time, and just the fat guy walking like this, come in, like that's my picture of it, and just people were just mad, But now it's these kids. I'm like, are you legal to work, man? Well, like they're so young and they're just happy. There's it's changed a lot. It's changed a lot. So. Um, no, this was before that ice thing, man. So I get what you're saying, but no, this was before that. Before that, so it's changed a lot. All right, friends. I think we're set here, guys. I think we're set. We got a nice tight list. I think we'll get some opportunities today on some action. Let's get over to bearwithtraders.com. We can click on webinars and see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. And for some reason, my monitor's not working, so I'll have to bring it up a little bit different here, Peter. But you can start with that as I try to bring up our full
Oh my
screen
God.
here.
It's giant. What's happening?
Yeah,
It's
I gotta
Monday.
fix it. Yeah.
Yes, it's Monday in the world here, and that means that we are helping you get ready for the week and bring you the skills you need to trade. So on Monday we have a couple of sessions. We're going to start with Order Map, which is Trading Terminal's new visualization tool, and to help you visualize market volumes. Carlos and I have been using it last week, and we think it's awesome. It really has been a great tool to just add it to your portfolio. Is it going to solve everything? Absolutely not. But it helps you understand where some of the volume sits, and then you can make decisions about what to do about it. So it's only one of the many tools available in Trading Terminal that you can get for that one fee. And of course, we use it this morning for the scanners to help understand what's moving. You can use it for the scanners, the Academy, the Atlas. All of that is available in Trading Terminal. So check it out. But Nathan's going to be taking you through the Atlas order map and how that works at noon. And then, of course, we have the onboarding class that happens in the evening, which is great for any new members, anybody that joined over the weekend, or who wants to get a feel for how they maximize just the value in the chat room, or just I need to start over here. How do I make that happen? Join Carlos at 8 o'clock in the onboarding room. That's for all membership classes, and you can find that out. So it's a great session. Hopefully you will join him this evening. And if you want to join us in the chat room, then all you have to do is go down to where you can see the different membership options on our website. It's usually at the bottom of every page, and you can go from the intro to the elite annual, whichever one suits you. All right. We've got, it's only 10 after. Oh, we got some time. So, hey, I mentioned Trading Terminal. Carlos, maybe you can bring up, let's take a look at that.
Yeah. Hold on, let me bring it up. Trading Terminal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me make it sizable. Yeah.
Because we've been using this tool for a while now, and this is custom developed for active traders, with the intent of making sure it's a one-stop shop for all the stuff that you need to trade effectively. And we just recently added that Atlas. You can see that it's in beta trial right there, and it's a great tool. We've been sort of getting used to it. What can it do? And it gives great market visualization. So you can see where the volume sits. Probably you want to watch AMD right this morning on it.
That's
right?
exactly where I was going.
There you go. See, look at that. You can see a bunch of orders all the way up at 225, sitting, waiting, seeing if they're going to get taken up there. And anyways, it's a good tool. You got to get used to it. Different way of looking at market volumes, but certainly one that you can leverage to your benefit as you're trading. But I said it's not the only functionality. It's the one that we're focusing on recently. We use the scanners, which are part of it, in the morning. And aside from this, not only do you have the scanners, which give you the gappers list and the high of day breaks, and I mean, you can configure it to do pretty much anything you want in there. It's a great tool that's part of your subscription to Trading Terminal if it's something you choose to do. Let alone, like Carlos was showing you, got active and breaking news on it. You've got all the information you want there, and then you also get access to the Academy, and the Academy is pretty good because it gives you learning courses that can help you again focus on areas of your trading that you may want to. So don't delete Windows.
I deleted the note stuff out of the way. I love this, man. I love the way this all integrates. You can connect things, and if you click on here, bring up the charts, and these are great charts. This is TradingView charts. So everybody knows TradingView. You can. These charts are just awesome, right? So it's an amazing tool. Amazing tool for the value you're getting. All right, excellent. All right, friends, we are pretty much all set. I'm just waiting to see how this open is. Peter, anything else we got to cover? Any rants?
Nope. I think it's it.
Okay. All right, we're all set. We're a little bit early today. We'll wait for our moderators to be ready. Andrew and Brian trading live with you guys this morning in just a second here. We'll switch over to them once they are available. And what else? We do have Taylor Swift breaking records over the weekend, as we have a little bit of time. News you probably did not need to know, but Taylor Swift broke records at the theaters with her release. I mean,
didn't get the all-time record. Apparently, in the first week release,
she sold
2.7 million vinyl copies of her album, and it is her best-selling album to date. Apparently, Adele's 25 sold 3.3 million, so still ahead of her. But other than that, as you would expect, she's selling lots of albums, both physical vinyl albums, which I find interesting, as well as, of course, copies of the soundtrack. So.
Yeah.
I think she's got something like 19 different versions or distribution versions of it that you can get access to. So, it's what's it called? Showgirl, something like that.
I have no idea. But I know they have like these watch parties for the album in theaters. I didn't know they did that. So this weekend she beat out all the movies that were out there. For the weekend, so it's just crazy. Life
of a Showgirl. There we go. So Amanda says it's been Taylor Swift all weekend. She has five daughters. That is a busy house. Okay. All right.
That
Yikes.
is. Oh yeah, it's busy. It's
Five
busy.
daughters. My God.
Yeah,
That's yeah.
that's busy, man. I have two, and that's more than enough. All right, that's enough. I'm happy with that. All right,
All right.
all right, friends. Let's set up here. So we're just gonna get ready for the market open. I
Oh
mean, my
my
plan
God.
today,
AMD.
uh, AMD is
It just
almost up forty
remember we just
percent.
saw those orders at 225 on Atlas.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
just
yeah.
got them. It actually pushed its way through that all the way up to 226. My God, this thing is like it's
It's
insanity.
rocking, man. It's
It's
rocking.
insanity.
It truly is. What else, friends? Anything else? Anybody's watching this morning? I think we pretty much cover a lot of the stuff. Oracle. Let's look at Oracle. Oracle. Nah, Oracle's pretty quiet right now. Not much happening there. LAC. Yeah, well, LAC. I'm in this. I'm in this from some time here. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. This is definitely in play. This is a company. You guys remember that the government is took 7% in or 5%. I forget the percentage, but they agreed to take a 10%. I think it was. It took a little bit less than that. Don't quote me on the numbers. I might be wrong, but they kind of confirmed they were taking it. And just look at this thing go here, right? So this thing is pushing higher, man. It is in play today. Actually, we should watch it. Thanks for bringing it up. We'll put it right on here. LAC. Yep, good stuff. That is good stuff. ACHR. What is this? This is, oh, look, I going yesterday. Arch Aviation. I'm sure Joby's probably moving. These two are like hand in hand. Not as much, but Joby's moving as well the last couple of days. But yeah, Peter, Arch Aviation is moving here. Not sure if any news is driving it, but they're up 5.4, 5.6 million shares traded. Had a big day on Friday, going from 10.50 to 11.50, $1 move there. So again, doing
Yeah,
pretty well.
I don't see anything on them. Looks like the Motley Fool is not a fan of Archer Aviation, uh, but they seem to think that they are not well positioned and could be in trouble. But the stock doesn't seem to agree. I don't know. I think these are going to continue to grow until this feels like one of those industries, Carlos, that absolutely we're going to get the buy the rumor, sell the news. Archer Aviation, Joby, right? They're all waiting for regulatory approval, right? So they get the ability to fly in urban areas that they can, launch their taxi services. We know that Joby got that contract to do the Olympics in 2026. Is that when the Olympics are in the US, I think?
I have no idea. I don't keep track of it.
Yeah. So, and they're working hard towards it, but I am convinced that the day is it 2028. Okay, so it's still got a couple of years. That makes more sense. But I think that we could see a good build until we get to that regulatory threshold, and then once they get approved, I'm willing to bet these stocks are going to drop. Because then what happens is then they become taxi companies and everybody's going to expect them to actually start delivering on who's buying them, right? How many rides are they actually delivering? How well are they working? Is it cost efficient? Like it's going to be. Is it Archer that got the Olympic contract? All right, thanks, David. Sorry, I got that wrong. So, but whatever. I think that both of these are going to be moving towards that, and then once it feels sort of like the pot stocks, right, where there was big build up until the point at which regulatory approval happened and then they dropped and they have never recovered.
Man,
That
this is
could be the way. I mean,
crazy.
I could be wrong, who knows, but that's right now that's what I'm thinking. So
Yeah,
yeah.
didn't really expect the CGC drop, the past stock sector drop the way it did, man. I mean, these stocks were on fire 2018, 2019, even 2021, 2020. We were rocking with these, but man, they just fell apart here. And they had news. Funny you mentioned that they had news last week, right? TRY has some news last week. But again, this
Yeah,
just, uh,
but
I don't think
They
there's
had
any
news
new. There's,
to take it
yeah,
from like 80 cents to a buck 60. So yes, it
yeah,
doubled in price, but I mean, look at that. Like
yeah.
that's
It's brutal,
what are you
brutal.
gonna do?
People are bringing up PLTR. Yeah, PLTR is. I like PLTR. I just don't know if today's their day. There's nothing blockbuster happening at the moment. They're up 2.6, 1.9 million shares trade. So I'll throw it on my secondary list. But for the most part, I don't see anything great right now. But we know they're going to get the volume. We know there might be some activity that we can hopefully take advantage of. But pre-market is pretty quiet right now.
Indeed. I mentioned them earlier. I sort of like them. I'll keep an eye, but not as sharp an eye as I will on Tesla and AMD, Nvidia. I think
Yeah,
those are the big movers this morning. AMD's got like all the focus, baby. It's almost at its average daily volume pre-market here. So it's rocking.
yeah, yeah.
227 price, by the way.
Okay, you're good to go. Um, let's say we finished pretty early today. Our segments,
Yeah.
Peter, went through them pretty quick. We got time on
I
our
think
hands.
because the focus is all on like one
Yeah,
sector. I
that's
mean,
it.
it's taking all the
AMD.
air out of everything else. Yeah.
What else can
Well,
we talk
AMD,
about?
baby.
That's it.
Um,
It's just
I think with the lack of news too, like we mentioned, that economic calendar, nothing happening today. Very surprised. Well, not really. I mean, we do have Mondays often where not much happens, but it's not that often that we get absolutely not. Like there's no economic data. Now we have to keep in mind the economic data is going to be light as long as this government shutdown is in effect, right? We're going to have less economic data because a lot of it is actually produced by some of those workers that have been furloughed or put on leave, unwilling leave, whether they want to be or not. They've got a vacation, so um, it's yeah. We'll have to see what happens over the next little while. I mean, some of the privately produced data that the market trusts is still, of course, coming out, but yeah, a lot of the stuff that you would normally expect is canceled in the short term. So,
yeah. I think
but
there's another vote coming today, right? Or did that take place already
I
this
would,
morning? I know there's one scheduled for
I
today. But I
yeah,
don't know if
I don't know.
they held it already. So
It's yeah, it's a weird world in which we're operating, right? Markets at all-time highs. We've got, semiconductors just going through the roof. We've got different segments that are, reacting to political opportunity. And in the meantime, we got half a government that's shut down. We've got an administration that's threatening to cancel billions of dollars worth of programs out there, and it's just that there's a lot of moving parts, and it's hard to know what the impact of all of that's going to be, especially if you're just trading. Which is why I like to focus on things that at least I can just read the chart and let it tell me what's happening in the short term. So that's where I get back into a comfortable place and just say, you know what, I'll let the stock itself tell me what's happening. Then I don't have to worry about
yeah,
all that other stuff.
yeah, agreed. Um, yeah,
Look at
Peter,
that daily chart at AMD.
it's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Actually, let's do some levels here. We forgot to do that. Let's do some levels.
Yeah.
227.80 is the high of the pre-market on AMD. If you go to the back, we haven't been up here in quite some time. We're not all-time highs yet. Oh, actually, I take that back. We might be now. We were all-time highs. We were up only 26% in the pre-market, but now, welcome to the all-time high party, AMD. So all-time highs in the pre-market, just crushing it here. And then the levels on the daily are now to all the way down there. 208.03 is another level here, and then we have 186. I mean that's a stretch, unless we get a massive sell-off, which can happen. So we'll have to see how AMD plays out here. And then I have Hood on here because I know Bitcoin is hitting all-time highs. I don't know how well Hood is going to trade, but they tend to be pretty good. I see Brian is on. Friends, we'll leave you with Brian. Brian, good morning. Good to see you, man. All right, we'll leave the chat with Brian. We'll mute here. And let's continue just doing some levels here as we wait for the market open. So Hood high of the pre-market,
Oh,
152.94. And then towards the bottom, you do have the highs and lows for the last two trading days. And Hood also hitting all-time highs. I feel like everything it's just hitting all-time highs, man. It's just insane. But here it is towards the bottom. You got every level you could possibly need. If I don't know how you can add any more here. Don't make it more complicated than what it needs to be. So hood is all set, and then Tesla continues to push higher. We have our pre-market high set at 441, right here, 441.41. Oh, hold on, let me get you guys the bottom chart to match 441. There it is. Oh, there it is now. So 441.40 is to have the pre-market, so I'll mark that down, and then towards the bottom, the low of the pre-market is sitting at 437.40. No, actually, I think it's lower. It is lower because we have this this drop here in the very early session, the pre-market around 433. Where is it? Right here, 433.16. So there's our pre-market. You can't see it because you got, if you look at my my 5 minute, it's difficult to see because you got this thing happening here. So, but 433.16 is the low of the pre-market. If you look at the daily, surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. Again, we're up nicely today, 2.3, and we'll see. I think leading into today and also tomorrow with this 10/7 release, whenever that's going to be, hopefully it's during market hours so we can take advantage of it. If it's after hours, we'll take advantage on the next day. But hopefully it's during market hours so we could see the reaction of whatever they're releasing tomorrow. So that's Tesla. And then last but not least, I have LAC on my list, which again, more of a scalping type play on this one. I got a level at 982, which is your high of your pre-market. More of a scalping type play on this one. Why am I hearing? I got a level at 982, which is your high of your pre. Why am I hearing myself double?
Yeah, you're going away. You're getting real quiet. What's happening?
Yeah, I don't know why I was hearing myself double for some reason. Okay, I think it's fixed. My YouTube came on for some reason. All right, let's mute that. All right, so there it is. Should be better now. And then yeah, so highs and lows towards the bottom, doing a pretty good job. And again, that's pretty much it. You don't have a lot of levels in LAC. Again, remind this is the ticker that the government's invested in announced they're going to be investing in. So they're getting some volume here. So, all right, let's see. No, yeah, two Carlos is way too much. One is already enough. You don't need two in your ear. That's just be madness. We want to get likes in the channel, not unlikes and unsubscriptions. All right, got our 1 minute, got our 5 minute, and we are set to go, man. Got our AMD.
Yeah.
And we'll see where this thing goes. My computer's acting weird. I could tell because it and I was trying to figure out why it's like a little laggy, the screens. There's an NVIDIA update that's pending here for a driver, and I think that's the reason why I couldn't bring my secondary monitor into the screen here. So we'll upgrade that a little bit later.
Is Andrew trading this morning?
I haven't seen him in chat or in.
No, he's not in yet.
Yeah, definitely not in.
Oh.
What's my strategy for AMD? Short.
Office issues.
Short. Go short all day on AMD. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea. But I do think that there might be some profit taken here. I mean, guys, this is a big move. And I don't think it's going to sustain. This is my personal opinion. Not factual at all. I could be completely wrong. That's okay. Actually, it doesn't matter if I'm wrong because we'll just play the price action, right? But I think there's going to be a drop here coming. So I'm setting up for that. But we'll be ready for whatever it gives us, to be honest. Doesn't matter. But yeah. And as far as our strategy, we got, again, just 40 seconds here for the open. As you guys know, VWAP breakouts, what I'm looking for in later parts of the morning. At first, looking for a 5-minute ORB or a 1 minute engulfing a strategy, right? Those are my go-to.
So I'm short biased on AMD despite all the increase this morning, at
Yeah,
37% feels like too much,
a
but
lot.
I'm prepared to be totally wrong because who knows, right? I mean, there could be more money behind this. We're gonna
Yeah.
find out in 5 seconds here. Keeping an eye on Tesla and AMD pretty heavily. Here we go. There's the bell. Let's see what happens.
There it is. The sell. Did you jump short, Peter?
I did, but it popped back up, and I said I'm a little nervous about this thing popping on me, so I let it stop me out.
Mm.
I should have stayed in it. Look at that. It was
Yeah. It's a nice. Let's get our.
I don't want to go chasing this thing too far, but it has so much room to drop here. Wait for a pop up and see what happens.
Just fixing my my thing here. RG. I forgot to put the tickers on my watch list so I can easily switch to them. INQ is taken off. And PLTR. There we go. All right, let's see what the action is. All right. Yeah, AMD wants to sell, baby. Sell. It's going back down. It can't 30% up. It just can't hold this. It's too much. Too much. But we'll see. Anything is possible.
I am short again, and I actually
Good.
added into my short. I got
Nice.
short. I got filled short a lot lower than I was before, but it's going well. I'm already. I took a partial. Again, stop at break even. I just, this thing unfortunately could smash higher, so I don't want to get caught
Yeah.
too much. But look at this though.
Yeah. It's yeah, man.
Here we go.
I mean, we're
All
still up
right.
32%, right? So
I know.
this is a
I
massive
know.
pop, man. It's crazy.
Taking another partial. Uh, I don't. I should show you guys what I'm doing. I don't. Hold on a sec. Let me get my thing enabled. Uh,
Wow. Look at
oh,
Tesla go
Brian's taking a long.
on
Oh
AMD.
man. Yeah.
He's looking for a quick pop.
I took another partial on AMD. I'll show you on the screen, Carlos, that I'm sharing here.
Yep.
Tesla's popping
Yeah.
higher.
That's just rocking here, man. See that?
You can see I should have should have stayed in my original short, but I got nervous on the move, and anyways, it's all right. I got back in. Baby. Baby. Look at this thing go. I don't know how much. I mean, I don't think it's going to lose all of this. I think it's still going to hold on to a good amount,
Yeah, me too.
but but I gotta take some partials here just in case. I just took another one off. I mean, I'm $5 into this. I mean, that's $5, baby. $5 a share. This is going great. So we'll see. As long as it can hold below my 220 entry, I'll hang on here and see what we get. I'm not gonna force anything too much, but
Yes. All right, just checking what else we got. Wow. Tesla is just gone here, friends. LAC, nice drop here. Going red when it was green. Tesla. Not seeing anything I love yet.
Right. Yeah, I don't blame you. Tesla not giving you the warm fuzzy. I guess it needs a
Yeah. Oh no.
pullback for you to do something about it.
Yeah. Amber, you mean Peter? I'm not trading Tesla. I mean AMD. Peter's trading AMD. Yep.
Yeah, I'm trading AMD.
Peter's the one trading it. Wow. Hood also dropping good.
If I'd got better entry, I could hold better in this. The risk is that I'm gonna get stopped out here in a minute. We'll see.
Yeah. AMD was the play today. No question. No question. Nice,
Oh,
nice. Glad you guys took
yeah.
that. Should have taken it too, but I wasn't
Well, I mean,
wasn't.
let's face it, that's not your typical strategy.
Yeah,
I've been trying
it's
to get
not. Yep.
earlier and earlier. This was sort of this would be the inverse of one of my strategies. So, I like to trade the Rising Devil, Fallen Angel. There's
Mm-hmm.
two other strategies to go with it that we like to call the Phoenix and the Lead Balloon, and this would be a lead balloon where it's up. The news is positive, but you're trying to get a short on it. So, it's and we'll see what. It's a little tough one, but it well, I don't know how much farther this. Oh man, look at Tesla pull back. Wow.
Yeah, back below the VWAP. This might be a good short if it engulfs this year
Yeah.
and settles below the VWAP. So I'm
Yeah.
watching that one. And also Hood. Hood also dropped as well. Pulling back a little bit. But I do like Tesla here. Let's see what it does to the VWAP, see if it retests and I like it. Sure, you got like a 5 minute engulfing setting up a little bit and also a retest of the VWAP as well. Let's see.
All right.
All right, Jairus joined Brian. Nice.
I move my stop up a little bit above. I want to be above 221 here, so I'm willing to accept a few cents red if it. We'll see
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happens here.
Where's your stop on AMD? Let me see.
I just moved my stop. In fact, I'm gonna move it a few more cents higher. 221.20. My break even is 220.93, but I
Okay,
want to be
okay.
above 221 on my stop just so I can hold on here because it's coming back close. But
Yeah,
we'll see what
it's coming
happens.
pretty close here. Yep, yep.
So, but hey, look, a good opening. Well, two trades really, right? Because I did that first trade that I chickened out of, which would have given me a 223 entry. Well, that was my
Mm-hmm.
original entry. But then I chickened out of it. And if I'd held on to that, then I'd have a little more room here and it would have been more profit. But that's okay. I
Yep,
got in with a heavier size as it dropped and I've got a great move here this morning. So uh, no complaints.
yep. I'm looking at Tesla, guys. Just waiting to see if this thing is gonna drop below the VWAP. If we got our confirmation, but we're not. We're getting the opposite. But if we start dropping below 441, I might be interested in going short on this one. But let's see. Let's see how it plays out here.
Oklo is moving up this morning. I don't know if that's one that you'd be watching, but
All right, I'm short Tesla. Let's see if we could get the breakdown. You mentioned
oh,
Oklo?
Oklo, yeah.
Oh man.
And one of those ones, Carlos, that we were watching pre-market, one of these low floats, CPRB, that we were looking at pre-market. It's It's just ugly. It's been open for less than 2 minutes today.
CPRB. They got the ticker right. What is it? The
CPRB,
ticker.
yeah.
Hmm.
Sorry, SPRB. That's
Oh.
my
Oh,
I
okay. Okay.
misspoke.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay.
SPRB. We were looking at that pre-market
Oh.
because it was up
Yeah.
quite significantly. So it opened for less than a minute, it halted, then it opened for less than a minute, halted again. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is a good example of one of those ugly low floats that you got to be really careful of.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Look at my Tesla here. It's going against me, so it's not dropping. I'm gonna have to bail on it. Oh, I got distracted way too much on Tesla. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. I'm gonna bail on Tesla. See if we'll go drop a little more. We'll bail on it. But it looks like it's gonna go higher, so I'm gonna get out. See new candle coming up. Definitely went past my stop on this. My stop was like 444.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, definitely went well over my stop here.
Carlos.
Yeah,
Carlos.
you know what? It shot up pretty quick, man. Shot up really quick. So I'm hoping that don't do this. Don't get into a trade and then go do something else. Don't do the Andrew and go take a shower. That doesn't work.
Yeah, yeah. That only
Don't
works for
do
Andrew. It
that.
doesn't work for anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He
I'm
can
just,
like he will like go
yeah.
and he just leaves a trade and he walks
I
away with no
don't
stop or
understand
anything
that.
and it always seems to
Yep.
work out for him. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So my stop is 444. I'm just hoping that we can recover some of these this unrealized that I have here, because that does not look pretty. Um, let's see if we could drop some more, but looks like we're not going to. But yes. So this is not trading here. This is just hoping and wishing, which is not a strategy. So don't do that. This is why it's so important to like pay attention and execute your stop right away, because then you don't have to deal with this. Okay, do I hold it to come back? You have to deal with that. Just stop out, and it's less mental thinking you have to do. And the more you do that, the easier it becomes. Like the easier it becomes, just get out of the trade, just be done with it. So I'm seeing if Tesla wants to come back. We're right at 444. I really should be getting out here. This is my stop. But
There we go. There
I'm
we
seeing
go.
if we
Come
can
on.
get lower.
Oh yeah, baby.
Peter, what are you doing, man?
I added oh there we go. Okay. So I added into my AMD
Yeah.
when it spiked below VWAP. And then I just got a low of day, so I took a partial at low of day.
Oh wow.
And
I'm just looking at AMD now. Damn, Brian. That's
yeah,
good.
so you could
Good.
did you just call me Brian?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Did I? I don't think I did. We got the tape.
We can check
Let's
the
go to
tape later.
let's go check the tape.
Yeah.
I
Doesn't
thought
matter.
saying
Uh, no,
yeah.
this is awesome. This is awesome.
I did call him Brian. Oh man, I am losing it today. Well, I have Brian and Jared here, so I'm looking at them and then looking at Peter. So maybe that could be
Yeah.
it. The brain got cross-wired. I thought I said damn bro, but not Brian. But I will check. I'm seeing if we get the drop
This is awesome.
on Tesla. So hands the high key. Yeah, I'm bailing on this I'm bailing on this. It just feels like the minute I get out, it's gonna drop back down. Um, I hate. This is why I hate this right here.
Yeah, yeah,
But I feel
yeah.
like
You had
once
the
you get
spike
out,
lower.
this
You're
is gonna drop, and now we'll be like, man,
well. You can always
uh,
get back in.
I could, I could. I'm playing dollar
Yeah, you're
recovery here.
playing.
I'm looking at the
Yeah,
P and
you're.
L now, and saying, you could wait till it comes lower. You don't want to play that game. This is
Yeah,
not an
you
example
you
for you to
are
follow.
you are
But it
playing
does. It just
chicken with
shows
it
that
a
we're
little
human,
bit.
man. It does happen.
Yeah.
We're not perfect, man. We are not moderators. Myself, everybody here. We make mistakes all the time, right? We try not to make them as much as possible. We do, and
Yeah.
the mental part affects all of us. Like technically, I'm here. Okay, this is my stop 444. While you're not getting out, because I wanted to go lower. Like I wanted to go and drop lower. Because I feel like, oh, you already held to 445.50. You could hold this area here. That's the mental part that I'm going through right now. At least I'm able to talk about it. Back in the days, you couldn't even talk about what the hell was going on. But now I
Yeah.
understand it. I
Yeah.
understand what I'm doing. Doesn't make it any better, but yeah, it's 100%. Psychology is the biggest one of the issues that you know you never completely like take over, right? It's never a thing where like, oh yeah, I figured it out. You never figure it out. It's always something can happen, just like it's doing here. Um, and at this point, if this trade, I'm not saying it will, but if it does go break even or green, then I know I got lucky, right? That's it. This was not a. I'm not gonna journal this as, oh, I had a beautiful VWAP breakdown and I made X amount. If it does happen, right? That's it's not the case. But I do like what I'm seeing here. I do like the lower lows, lower highs. I do like this pattern. Um, and then we won't be an idiot. Like if we get below our break even, which is gonna aggressively partial, we're not gonna let this thing come back up. Even now it would be ridiculous of me to let this go back up 443. That's just dumb on my part.
Oh
Given that
wow.
you got a break on this trade here.
On orders at 220. Interesting.
How's your trade going, man? I got it here on the second screen.
It's it's uh
Uh,
it's just sitting there.
yeah.
It's just sitting there. I'm hoping my with the ad my stop is my break even is now closer to the price action than I'd like. Here uh up here 218.90 is my new break even. But it's above VWAP, so that's good. I'm hoping if we can hold in this area. I mean, it was just too good. When I was in, even with the ad, I was like $5 to the good at these partials down here, 5, $6. So I'm like, I had to take basically I took all of the ad off and it just moved my stop down here because I doubled my size.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's good. It's a good trade. It's going well for me. I don't want to talk about it too much, Carlos. I feel bad. Oh, but you're green.
Yeah, I'm barely green, man. But this is bad trading, guys. Like, this is getting
Yeah.
lucky. This is completely getting lucky. So
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it, but I'm not happy my account's not red. But I'm not happy the way I execute it. That's for sure. So we'll
Hmm.
see. Gonna see if we get a breakdown here. We'll take aggressive partials, but we got so lucky on this thing. Because we were down pretty big. 445 was above 445, so we were down a nice chunk there. That was well past what I had planned for
Yeah.
this trade. So see, but I used to do this all the time, Peter. I used to do this all the time, and it would work just like it's doing now. Such a bad habit. And then when it didn't, I'll be up here at like 450 getting a cream made. I mean,
All right.
it's just insane. So, um,
Are we going to be able to break this low here on AMD? Come on, there you go. There we go. Come on. Come on, AMD. You got lots of room to the downside. You're still up $48 on the day.
that
Yikes.
is a lot, man.
That is a
That is
lot.
when I woke up this morning and I heard Bloomberg say AMD up 26%. I was like, wait, did I hear that right? I had to stop and go look at
Yeah.
the graph because I couldn't believe it. I'm like, nah, I heard
Yeah.
that wrong. And okay, I'm gonna take a partial here. I'm not gonna be greedy, guys. It's already bad enough that I did what I did. So the fact that we're ending this trade in the green is it's lucky
Remarkable
charms,
enough, eh?
man. It's
Yeah.
lucky charms. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So
Good for you.
um,
You know, acknowledge the luck and don't push it.
yeah, no, it's complete luck. Some new person coming is like, what are these guys doing? This is how they trade. They think this is okay. This is not okay. This is not okay. So all right, two partials out already, and I will not let this go back up above my break even. And Peter, AMD for you is going lower, man. Nice.
Going lower. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So hanging in here. I'm actually looking for an opportunity to add again. So I'm thinking this might be an all-day play for me. I'm hoping it will be, but I don't know. I don't really know whether it will be. But we can hope.
Oh shit. You know what? Let me come down. No, you know, Hem is an interesting character. Let me look at Hem's channel activity. He's like, this is bad trading. Like, no shit, it's bad trading. Did I just tell you that? You're the type of guy that probably kick a horse when it's down. It's like, bad on you, boom, you just kick him some more. What the? Jesus, man. You know what? You're a long time viewer. I do like you.
Look, we know that.
Did I just say this is bad trading? Don't do as I do. This is bad trading. Like, nah, I get you, man. I'm only kidding.
Well, no, but the emotions get running high on trades like this too, right? So it happens.
We're human. We're not. Let me see. You're a good guy. Let me see. You're a good guy. We could look at your history here. Oh no, he is a good guy. He has some very positive comments in here. So yeah, we can't be mad at him. He's a good guy here. We could tell. He's very active. Yeah, Hem is a good guy. All right, we like you, Hem. You know, sometimes I look at the history and I see some people like have some really bad stuff, and it's just like, dude, no, he's a great guy. All right. No, HN's been with us for some while. Is it Hem? Like Hem, right? I think I'm saying that right. No, I'm only kidding, guys. I'm only kidding.
I took a partial on AMD just because we were at the lows here, and it looked like it was hesitating. So, but maybe I took it too early. We'll see.
So AMD is down all morning, and it's still up 30%.
Yeah.
It's down from 226. I mean, it's just, that's how big the move is. Just incredible.
Wow.
Humorous. Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. If I would have closed my position up here, I would have been like, you know, I done that before. I've been in that situation, and it's not too bad, but yeah, it does suck. I'm not gonna lie to you, it does suck. But I did dodge a big bullet. I'm not gonna lie to you, but see, when this happened in the past, I'm like, oh, I figured it out. I got this, and I'll just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it doesn't work. Doesn't work when you lose.
Oh my God. Now you
Mike says,
now
I
you're
just
getting
did
the
a.
move.
I know. How bad is this, man? You break a rule and you're getting paid big time
Yeah.
for it. Like this is the worst thing you could do. Mike is like, this is a cat four trade. I 100% agree.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
100% agree. This is such a bad trade. Um, yeah, rewarding bad behavior is tough. I haven't done this in a while. Usually we just stop out and like. Usually what I do is I like we did an MP. That's the last time we had a failure in our psychology and rules. We just kept trading and we had this bias, but we never went past our stop, did we? I don't think we did. Um, but we just kept taking stabs at it. But that's actually better than uh doing this. This is a clear. This is like a rule. This is going over the yellow line, man. You don't go over the yellow line to the other side. Just don't do that. You know, you could, the white solid lines from lane to lane, that's okay. You could cross those lines here and there. Still shouldn't do it. But this is crossing a double yellow line. It's just death. You can't do that, man.
Clear violation, eh?
Yeah, clear violation, man. This is points on your license here. This is not good. So. You know what? I didn't stop out because I switched. I didn't know. First of all, I didn't know it was gonna shoot up. This is a lot. Look at this. This is almost a $2 pop, $3 pop in a matter of seconds. So I didn't think it was gonna move that high. Then I went to look at another ticker to see how things were doing there. When I came back, it was already up here and then well past my stop. At that point, I'm like, shit, right? And then this kind of gave me a little hope that okay, it's gonna come down. Then you start doing the psychology game now. But if I went this much, I can hold this much. If I went this much, I can let it go lower. And even here, like, why didn't you get out here? Right? This is all things going through my mind. I kind of said this as I was going through. I should be getting out there. But I feel like, well, if I was already at a unrealized, I'm just playing the P&L. If I'm an unrealized of X amount here, what does it matter if you hold this X amount, let it go up a little more, and then see if it drops. And then you play that game. And it's, that game will work until it doesn't. And you just can't do that. You're better off stopping
Wow.
out, getting back in, you know.
Wow. I should have. Wow. Uh, Come on, AMD. Now I want a pullback so I can add into this.
Mm.
I don't know what to do. Oh my God.
Where was my stop loss? It should have been or just under 440, 444. Just under that, 444.50, right in this area. So yeah, well, like I went almost $1 past my stop.
Wow. 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 Wow.
You're still in, but you didn't get a chance to add, right? Is that what happened on here, or did
Yeah, I
you add?
haven't been able to add again. I added right below VWAP, and then I took the partial, which of course in hindsight now looks like way too early.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I took more off when we hit the new low of day. But I mean that was that my last partial was $5-6 ago. Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
and I'm so low in shares. I'm thinking, do I hold all the way for 200? I actually want to hold on to these shares and then wait for a pullback. Then I can add in again. I still
What's your
think
average though? What's your average at right now? Is it where
well
that
you can
line
see it
is?
on the screen. 218.90.
Oh, it's where that line is.
Up
Okay, yeah, got it.
yeah. Yeah. So my original entry that I stopped myself at was way up at 223. And then I got in with a 221 average, and then I added into that, which brought my average down to the 218.90. So I'm still, I mean, nothing to complain about here. It's just about how do you most effectively manage this thing, right? How low do I think it can go? Like it feels like 200 is very easily in range. Because even at a $200 price, that's still up 36 bucks off of Friday's close. So I'm hoping that we get a pull back up here to 210, 212. I can add back into my trade
Yep.
for a run lower, but we'll see what happens.
Thang Hung
See what happens.
or says they really like this channel. Thanks, man. If you liked it today, you'll like it on other days when I actually trade better alongside Peter. When I actually don't break my rules. But thank you,
You know,
thank you.
Carlos, I know I get it because I've been there. I've been on the other side of this equation where you've had some great trades and I've done some dumb stuff. You feel
Yeah, yeah.
sheepish about it, right? Because we want to be
Mm-hmm.
demonstrating,
Oh
mature
yeah, yeah,
trading and
yeah,
rule following and you know what? It happens. It's as good an example as anything, right? And we're honest
yeah,
about it, right? We're
yeah.
not just
No,
saying,
no.
"Hey, look, it's a winning trade. Look at me, I'm awesome." You're
Yes. Yep,
saying,
yep,
"You know what? This is not you're not proud of this. You'll take the
yep.
money, of course. We're not dumb."
Yeah. Right, right, exactly. Right, right.
But
Take the money, but it's definitely not. Yeah.
but I don't
So
feel good about it.
no, I don't feel good about it at all, man. I'm just a lot of it now here at break even. So I mean, we dodge a big bullet, but the problem is the mind remembers that when you do things like this is like Mike says a CAC 4 trade, rewarding bad behavior. This will be top priority for me on my journal. I mean, it won't happen again, but you can't let this habit sneak up on you because you'll remember. And then when you're there, it's like, you know what, we did this and we did good, and you'll do it again. And you'll do it again, you do
Right.
it again. It becomes a habit, and that's when you end up blowing up, you know, or taking some big losses. And the little bit you save by breaking that rule, you give that back and then some. And worst part is, of course, your confidence. You screw up your confidence and your process of being able to trade and really track quality trades, right? So it's so much negative that happens with this. Now, again, I don't think it's going to affect me that much, but when you're new, it does affect you a lot because it did for me when I used to do this type of crap here. So just be
Right.
mindful of that.
Yep.
All right. Wow, PLTR friends. PLTR. Your casino Mondays? No, man. No, 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 no. I never really was a big casino guy.
Oh no?
No, no.
Uh, I
I
guess for me
go
that.
and throw a couple of
Yeah.
bucks. I'm done. I'm done. But there's people that love it. Love it.
Yeah. I know that Mike loves his casinos and
Yeah.
he likes to play that I go and I'm like, I like to play Texas Hold'em. I want to play against other people, not against the house. You play against the house, that's always a losing proposition in my opinion. So,
Yep.
but oh, excuse me. What a great open for me though.
Man, PLTR. Oh, I see Andrew joined the team there.
Oh, finally got himself into the office.
Oh, did he get
Yeah.
like that? Is that what happened?
I don't know. He just said office problems and he was going to be 20 minutes late. I don't know what
Oh,
that
okay.
means because he did let us know that he wasn't going to be there in time for the open.
Yeah.
And he did that before the open, so it's not like he wasn't awake.
Okay. Could be he
So,
got like didn't have the keys probably. No, that has happened
yeah,
before.
I'm assuming. Yeah.
Um, it's early. It's not like you're not coming into office. There's people already there. It's so early, right? His team comes in a little bit
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Um, AMD time for reversal. Yeah, I think it'll be settling down. I don't know if it's time for reversal though. I'm not sure about that. Um, but I do see a lot of things trying to go northeast here. Including Hood. Hood doing a reversal right now. Tesla trying to get above the VWAP. I'm all out on Tesla, by the way. What else? PLTR is just having a monstrous morning on PLTR. So insane. Apple, let's take a look. How did our quantum stuff? RGTI, no. Apple, looking at Apple here. Oh yeah, Apple above the VWAP. Apple above the VWAP. We'll see. We'll see if it does anything here. How do you guys get into stock at the open when things are moving so fast?
I've added into AMD here again.
Let's see if this add. Oh man, Peter's stepping on the gas here. I mean, your entry's so good. I mean, yeah.
I wanna milk this. It moves my break even now to 214. You can see up there.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see that tag on it. But I got a great ad. I added and the thing dropped immediately. Now it doesn't mean it's going to hold it. Who knows? But I'm hoping we make a run down to 210. That's what I'm looking for here. So
yeah, that is awesome.
We'll
so
see.
On Apple, yeah, let's hope it goes at least test the low of the day. It would be nice. Peter, you got that drop all the way down there. Looks like it wants to. So Apple's doing a VI breakout. I don't like the fact it closes up here, but it is doing a VI breakout now. But you're not getting the pullback yet. So you got a couple of breakout candles. Not the cleanest breakout, but it's not our setup just yet. Not saying it's not gonna happen, but if we get a pullback and then a confirmation, then it could be a good one. So let's see how it goes.
Back up to my
back up to your entry. So I want to answer a question from Tidy. How do we get into stocks at the open when things are moving so fast? It comes with time and practice, man. One of the rules I had when we first started trading, and Andrew had this rule too back in 2017, 2018, was no trading in the first 5 minutes. And it's just because we were not good with the volatility, how fast things move and reading the price action. As you get better, you can see Peter now trading like the first second sometimes if the opportunity shows up. I still try to wait 3 minutes, but there's some strategies that I do have that work well within that 1 minute ORB breakout. So I think with time, watching the markets over and over and over again, watching price action, you are going to get better. And then having a strategy that's actually for that time frame, not just trying to wing it and go short because you think it's going to short. You have to have some kind of strategy, right? So all right, check in here. RGTI breaking up above VWAP. Just looking around to see what other opportunities we have. RGTI looks nice. Nice breakout above the VWAP. Apple did do the pullback. Do you guys get in on that? I missed that entry by like 20, because I don't have it on my watch here, so I didn't have it up. But like 20 cents ago, oh yeah, it's gone. Did you take it? Who called this out? Caesar, somebody else called it out too. They were Paul. You guys called it out when it's coming to VR. Did you guys take it? That turned out really nice actually.
Micron.
So hopefully you guys took that. Question: Andrew often enters during pre-market, and no, I don't think so.
No, I don't think he goes in pre-market too much.
If he does anything pre-market, is mostly swing trades. Like if he wants to add to his VOO or some other thing he's doing for longer term stuff, a couple of days. I see him do that when he feels like the market is oversold or whatever. but I don't see him day trade pre-market. Haven't seen him do that.
Yeah, not that often. He does occasionally, but not that
Yes,
often.
but not rarely. Rarely, like it's not really a thing. Yeah, I'm seeing Apple, man. Apple's gone. It was a beautiful pullback, shot right back up. Got your confirmation on this candle here. So again, beautiful. A couple of breakout candles, nice pullback. Here's your entry. But by the time I looked at it, this thing was low over here already, so it's gone, and it's gonna go green. Looks like. So, um, that is out of here. And then Rigetti.
Oh, come on, let's go. I'm getting very aggressive here, Carlos. I actually just added again into AMD.
My man,
I
my man.
feel like Paris.
Hey man,
Paris is always
I
Paris is
like
always
it.
adding.
I like the aggressiveness. I like it. I like it. So nice
Well, we'll
breakdown here down
see.
to
I don't know
205
if
would
it.
be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work out or not, but I'm
Yeah,
hoping. I want a low of day back down yet. 205 would be perfect. I could take some of my ads off if we get
yeah.
there. It brings my break even much more into the price action though. My new break even is now 212.40. Remember my you know before I started all these ads, I was well up. I was like 221, so it's brought it down quite significantly. So we'll see. We'll see if this pays off or stops me out.
Yep. Yep. Rigetti did break out of the VWAP here, but it didn't give you a pullback. Like there's just no way to join this, right? This just broke out here and just took off. So there's no VWAP breakout strategy like we like to see. If we had this pattern here happen on the VWAP, that would have been perfect, man. Look at that. Nice pullback, breakout. Oh, beautiful. But then just goes over here. And then getting long here is tough. I find for me, this is a long,
Yeah.
difficult play. You got a bull flag and some stuff going on there, but it's just the this middle area is it's not ideal for me. I don't have a strategy for it, but looks like it wants to break the high of the previous day close here. So we'll see.
Wow, look at the volume. Look at today's volume. We're like 2.5 times normal volume on AMD already.
Yeah, which is a lot because AMD already trades a lot of volume. So that's
Yeah.
it's a lot of units.
Oh, well, see, this is the bounce back I didn't want to see here. Come on. I wanted to drop right to the. Let's go, right down.
Oh,
Come
Rigetti's
on.
going, friends. Going. I feel it, Peter. I feel it does take an effect. I feel that I got lucky. Shouldn't be trading no more.
Yeah.
I feel it. I
Yeah.
feel the pressure. Oh yeah, baby. I feel
I
it. I
yeah.
feel like you got lucky. Like you shouldn't be trading no more. So it's hard to find more trades. I feel it, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sit here and try to look pretty. I mean,
No, it's well, and like like you said, we're not immune to the
uh,
emotions. We're not immune
oh
to this,
man.
to the environment. But the good thing, I mean, the good thing, Carlos, is like from the beginning, you acknowledged that was not a good trade, and you didn't just look at the
Yeah,
P and
yep,
L and say, "Oh, look, I'm green. I'm awesome. I know what I'm doing." You said, "Look, that I just got lucky. It was a bad
yeah,
decision that just happened to have worked out." And that's I think that's good. That's a big sign of trading maturity. So
yeah.
it's
Thanks, man.
where we want to be. So yeah, I get you for being a little apprehensive now
Yeah,
doing
like I'm
everything
looking at my trade,
else.
like you could take the fish,
Yeah,
like should you?
yeah. But have I
Should you
used
the
up
way
all
you
my
trade?
luck for the day?
Yeah, exactly.
you know?
Like, is this one of the days where the market has to take my money, and it's just I got lucky. Maybe I
Yeah.
just stay in the bench. Oh man, yeah. Oh, Peter, you're
Come
getting a
on.
drop. You're getting a drop. Very
I'm
nice.
hoping. Yeah, I'm watching it here. I'm debating whether I take some of the what I added off now, but I really did want to get down to 205. I hope I'm
Yeah,
just
it
not
won't
being
break that
too
low.
greedy. I don't know if I'm being
Yeah,
too greedy or not, but
be
just
nice to break that low. What is the spy doing? It's
yeah.
just not doing much. But
Yeah, AMD doesn't. I don't think. Well, I guess it could. It usually gets caught up in what the spy's doing, especially now that it's moving a little aggressively higher.
Yeah, I was
I
looking
don't
to see
know.
if it's doing anything that's gonna prevent it from dropping. I mean, it's moving higher, but AMD is trading on its own today, man. It is doing its own thing,
Yeah.
obviously, and it's gonna end the day green. Like if AMD does not end the day green somehow, then we
Oh
got some
yeah.
serious issues.
Oh my God.
If this thing
Yeah,
does
yeah.
not
If
end,
it ends the
like
day red,
yeah, like
oh my God, that
it's
would
got to
be
stay above
stunning.
20%, like 20%. I could see it drop to 20 and come back
Yeah.
up. I mean, if it doesn't, then what kind of tells what the market thinks about this deal here. Um,
Yeah. No kidding.
there it is, Peter. What is Atlas showing us actually for this? Um,
Yeah, I got it up here. There's a lot of orders at 205, which I'm hoping it's going to
okay,
go get.
okay.
There's
All right, so
so that's why I'm seeing them down there.
maybe that's the plan.
But there's a lot of trading going in between here with these mid-size orders, so it's tough to tell where
Looks like it wants to do it.
it does.
There you go. Come on. Let's bring this over here and AMD.
I'm surprised at the support it's getting though. Oh,
All right, here it is.
it's
Yeah. Where's the big orders? Oh, yes. This
uh-oh,
there's a
Andrew's
lot
going
of
long AMD. That's not
it's a
good for
lot
me.
of it's a lot of upwards pressure, man, on this one. Um, we see massive orders at 210. Well, your entry's like what, 214? What is your entry? What is that? Your average, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, my new average is 212.40.
Okay. All right. So
So
you're in good
I'm
shape.
getting well, but that's a little close to the price action. Now, I'd rather it used to be well above the VWAP, but it's this thing could easily pop up through it, especially
Yeah.
with Andrew getting long. That's I don't want to hear
Yeah,
that.
the last you want to hear is Andrew taking opposite of your entry. Yeah, you don't want
Yeah.
that. You don't want the reverse Andrew indicator. It's not good. It's not good. Um
No.
let's see though. Here's this wall at 210 on Atlas, right? So we're looking at Atlas, we're looking at AMD, and there's this big 48,000 shares up here. Um and that's kind of hard to see. But big orders there. Can I make this? Oh yeah, over here. We got some videos out. So a lot of people
No.
asking how to. Go ahead, Peter.
Oh, I was just gonna say, with Andrew trading yesterday, it could be that we both win, right? Because Andrew could take
Yeah.
a $3, $4 move higher as long as it stays below my entry, and then it starts to drop
Mm-hmm.
again. So he'll take a little bit of profit, take out,
Yeah.
get out for the short-term move, and I can still play the longer-term trend. But we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Um. Man, it's just building up. More orders at 210. It's just building up here. The asks are
Yeah.
piling up, baby.
Ooh, Core Weave just spiked up. I saw John in the chat room was watching this.
Oh, mm, mm. So, friends, I found some emails on my jump box. So if you win any of the contests that we give you, don't put winner or don't put giveaway on the subject. It blocks it right away. So if you win, if you email me, I found a few people on there. Actually, some from like 2 weeks ago, because I don't check my junk mail. So much crap in there. But I went through them like, oh look at some BBT, and some people resend it again, and I'm like, wait, how come I didn't get your first message? And it was because it was like stuck in junk because you used winner and the subject. So don't use that when we do our giveaways. Use something like put Bearable Traders, because then the system will know, okay, it's legit. It'll associate Bearable Traders with me, or BBT. Yeah, put BBT as well, because anybody with BBT is fine. But giveaway, winner, don't put those in the subject. It'll block it right away. Listen like that. Trader, resend it to me. Just make sure you put like Bearable Traders in the subject. I guarantee if I check it, you're probably stuck or something, or not. But I do remember your name though for some reason, Trader Alex. Oh, AC is going up. Yeah, it's going up. Had a big drop in the at the open, but it's trying to go up. LAC 948 is the high of the day here. So let's see if it gets going. We were seeing this last week. POTR pulling back down here, back below the VWAP. Look at our 5 minute. Our 5 minute seems like it's doing our VWAP breakout move, right? Breakdown, pullback, confirmation. I mean, I don't trade that off the 5, but it does look in the bigger picture rather weak for a short, maybe back to 178. Actually, no. First, you got maybe 178.72. So that could be a possibility. All right. So we got going on here. All right. AMD, Andrew's long, Peter's short. I'm just watching. I'm about to get some popcorn. And that's what we got right now, friends. If you send one today, I haven't seen it yet. So if you send it today, I'll usually will look at it after the live. So actually, let's just make sure. See, let's use you as an example. Here, let's go Trader Alex. Is this you? I think you got blocked too. You used membership. Yeah, don't use membership. That's weird, man. You know what? It's fine. I just gotta check the junk box and clean that up. But I got you. I got you here, brother. So I will send something to you. All right. Very good. Ending my day green side. Made the same amount working a whole day today on a day trading for 1 hour. Yeah, White. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. White Cat Labs. That's what sometimes people don't look at, right? That they can in a short period of time they can make a day's salary, which is not saying it's easy, but it's not impossible. It's not far fetched, right? And I think that you many people will be able to do that, right? Make a good amount. JC Trader. I do have my Timo leather jacket somewhere. I don't have it in the office now. I think it's in my somewhere in the house. I still have it. I have not worn it anywhere. It's
Still,
completely
yeah.
brand new. I haven't.
No, yeah.
No, I haven't worn it anywhere. Maybe I'll wear it today. Well, now that it's getting cooler. Maybe I'll start wearing it. So, all right. PLTR is breaking down. AMD is just sideways last couple of minutes. Really tight range. So nothing happening there yet. LAC. Tesla went back up, coming down to the VWAP again. Hood down and just sideways. Just going through my list here. Plug did drop down some more. Yeah, just
Oh.
kind of waiting. Waiting. MP. MP. Yeah. Just look at some stuff. What's going on? What's going on with Europe, man? In this prime minister situation, it's like the fifth one in a matter of I don't know all the policies, but they're having like issues, right? They can't get nobody wants the job, or it's just like I gotta read up on this because all I hear is Bloomberg saying another one leaves in record time. I'm like, what's going on over there? Oh, France. It's France.
Oh
Yeah,
well,
Mr. Macron. What's his
France, yeah,
name?
political turmoil.
Yeah,
There's a lot of strikes going on, and yeah, a little civil unrest happening, I think, in France. So not unusual for France, I have to say, but
yeah.
yeah.
Man. So what is it? The people that the person they're placing doesn't want it, or it's like the people don't want the person they're
I
placing?
I I'm not. I honestly don't know. I haven't been following it that close, so
Yeah.
I
Anyone from
can't.
France want to fill us in without getting too political?
Yeah.
It's I'm not saying it's nice, but it's definitely a change seeing somebody else having issues than us when it comes to politics. But geez, you're from France, sadly. I see France as like this great place, so let's not don't paint me a bad picture. Uh,
No, I love. I when my wife and I were in Paris, we absolutely loved it, but
yeah,
it's uh it's not always the easiest place.
yeah, man. Now, is it something where people can still go travel, or is it like shouldn't travel there now?
Well, I
What
mean,
is how bad
I
is
don't
it?
know. I got some friends that are in France right now traveling, so I hope they're doing okay. Though I did hear that like with the strikes, like the Eiffel Tower was shut down because all the
Mm,
workers that would work there are on strike. So
mm,
it's so maybe not the best time right now to go. I know there were some rail
right.
strikes, I think, a little bit earlier, and so
Got it.
uh,
We're thinking of going to Europe next year. Um, so
all right, AMD,
let's
where are you going,
let's
Andrews?
let's let's fix it by then. Let's fix it by then.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Uh, I need
Man, AMD is just like it's just tightening down to a point. Um, what is Atlas giving us? Any I mean Atlas shows more bullish than bearish. Um oh actually you got some orders building up at 208 now.
mm,
That was not there before. So they have definitely
getting a
moved
little bit
up.
of a pop here. Some orders at 210.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Can you put indicators on charts on trading terminal? Yeah, you can.
Yep.
Yeah, and the scanners ones, you're familiar with those charts or trading views charts. So you're definitely you know what? Let me not say it 'cause I don't know, but I thought I heard Andrew say something. I gotta confirm with him. But if that happens, it's even better. But I gotta check. I think I heard that on a live stream. He was live here, so it's not new news, but that will also be awesome. All right. That will also be awesome. Great English. All right, AMD man, Peter. See what's happening here. See, here's a situation where, like you said, Andrew can make money, and if it drops down, then you can make money. Everybody wins.
Yep.
If it can come back down.
I'm hoping.
Here's another example. We get this question so much, Peter. And I know you're gonna agree with me. Oh, if the stock gets up, are we going long? No, we're going. No, we don't know.
No.
Look at AMD. AMD gapping up almost 36% at the open. 36%. Great news, strong everything, and then look at the drop all day long. Just now, you're getting a blip of a pullback, right? So there's no bias. We just trade the price action, baby. That's it. So. All right, there it is. Andrew partial. Andrew's AMD trade. I can't show you his trade today. I don't. And actually, I could if I do this. Do some manual work. Here it is. So Andrew's trade today on AMD went in here for the reversal. Add it, and then here's the payout. Here's the battle. It's right here. That's 209.50. That's the battle there. Finally broke out. Partial. Almost right here at the top of that candle.
Yep.
That's awesome. I know this looks a little bit small, but hopefully you could get the idea.
Oh, darn it.
So, big drop there. There it is.
Yeah. I was just about to think about maybe adding again. I don't want to get too aggressive, but again, like I said,
Peter, you're on fire today, man.
Well, I didn't add. I said I was.
No, I know you didn't, but you were at least thinking about it. Like that's good.
About it.
That's good, man.
I don't want to move my break even too close into the price action because I do want to be able to hold for the bigger move. And like we said, right, this is an interesting situation where I'm still short, and in the middle of my short trade, Andrew just went long, got his partials, right? So now he's out of the trade. He made his money and he's out, and I'm still holding on to my short. So we were short and long at the same time, and both making money on it. So
it's so important having a plan. Have your plan in place, follow your plan, and that's it. That's all you could do. You don't gotta worry too much about everything else that's going on. If you have a plan, if you don't have a plan, forget it. You're gonna get influenced by all kinds of outside stuff, and that's gonna drive you crazy. Friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. We highly appreciate it. We are sitting today at 278 likes. We'd love to be a little bit higher. Our goal is 400. So if you can help us get there, that would be awesome. Andrew and Brian should be on in just a second here. They'll talk about their trades and their day. But yeah, help us out. 400. Hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it. Is Peter going to take his mask off and reveal he's Andrew? Yeah, right?
It's going to be like one of those Mission Impossible things. Pull it off.
Yeah, yep.
Scooby-Doo.
Right, let's see.
Yeah.
If the breakdown's going to continue.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo's probably more accurate to my personality than Mission Impossible. All right, come on, 205. Let's go.
Now it's the time.
Yes.
Now it's the time. If it doesn't.
Yes, Andrew, you should come to YouTube. Come on, come visit us.
It gets.
Let's talk.
It's hectic.
No. Ignore us. We cannot be ignored. We cannot be ignored. You will not ignore us.
Are you about to start a protest?
Come visit. Andrew was saying maybe I should ignore them on YouTube. Like that's why I was jumping into the chat room to yell at him. We'll get him here.
Nice. Oh, he's lagging on. Let me get everything set up.
I know. Yeah.
All right, friends.
You get him set up.
Take care. Have a great rest of your day as Andrew hops on over to here in just a second. And we will see you tomorrow. Just hold on tight as we switch things over.
All right, good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning, Andrew.
Morning, Andrew.
Oh, sorry, I am on YouTube as well, so let me stop the echo. How are you guys doing?
Yes, I'm having a
Good.
great morning, Andrew. It was a
Nice.
good example. I said I'm actually trading short on AMD, and it was great to see how you were able to get a long trade in the middle of my short trade. And we were talking about that, how, you need to have a plan and a strategy, and as long as you sort of trade with that, don't worry about what other people are doing. So,
Exactly.
and I'm still short, and it's now looks like it hopefully is going to go down to the 205 where I want to take my next partial, but. I just had to wait out that little pullback that you were trading because, like, I've been short since the opening minute.
Wow, what a short. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Wow.
that's pretty
and I've
amazing.
been adding in, so my new break even is pretty low now. It's only at 212, but my original entry was 223. So, yeah, I've been playing this ever since the opening bell, so it's great.
That's a
Great day
very,
for me.
very well done. You said that this happens a lot between professional traders. Like Brian and I sometimes trade opposite. So that shows that the trade management and having it, sticking to your trade book is more important than the direction that you're taking. So at the end of the day, both you and I are profitable. It's just a
Yeah.
matter of direction. That's why a lot of traders, when in the pre-market, they're asking, okay, Andrew, AMD long or short? The answer is I don't know, depending on what setup shows itself. Today I had a really good day. Well, I had the latest stars because I couldn't get into the building. For some reason, my fob didn't work. So it took me half an hour to actually get into the office. But I had a really, really good trade. And the good thing is actually I recorded this, both market access through screens and AMD chart that I have. I'm going to make a recap today that how actually helped me looking at Atlas to make this quick scalp on it. And it was very, very nice, very educational. It's going to be a short video, but actually I'm very, very happy that I got this one recording. So, but we're going to build the market atlas replay. So if I go back to things, we're going to build the market atlas replay. So you don't need to do the recording. So we can actually go back in the same time, at the same time, play it. But until then, this is a really good educational material that how market atlas helped me to do this quick scalp. This was in addition of the chart pattern that I was seeing and putting the whole context that AMD had the news gapping up and then, below the VWAP, trying to find the bottom, and then higher lows on 5 minute where it started forming, and then helped me with the market atlas to the scalp. This was not only the decision making, but this was a very important part of my decision making in this scalp, and I'm glad that I got the recording. Having said that, that was the only. Oh, NVDL also took NVDL short on that. Sorry, long on that I got out of it. So I tried to go for the red to green. I got stopped out, and it turned out to be a very nice $16,000 profit for me here, which is good for 20 minutes of trading.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty fine. Look at that. Tesla's starting to make a move again. Just was holding that VWAP, and the SPY is starting to move up.
AMD Atlas, see what AMD Atlas is doing. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of indecisive right now. Maybe a little bit bullish, but yeah. TLTR is coming back up. NVIDIA is coming back up. Tesla is coming back up.
And so
Any question,
we're
guys, about the trading that we did today in the chat room as well?
see a question here. How is PLTR on Atlas? So let's check it out. What is it telling us?
Yeah, check it out.
See a bunch of orders sitting higher. 183, we got a bunch. 77,000 shares sitting at 185. So it looks like it's stacked a little bit to the top side on PLTR right now.
Tesla's coming back up again. Damn, I had taken a Tesla trade initially off that VWAP, but it didn't follow through, so I stopped out on the rest. But this was the move I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Beam Paris on YouTube is asking a very good question. Are you also using Atlas to take profit? Yes, partially to stop loss. These are all can be use of Atlas. So not only entry but also stop loss and profit and partials can um, be used. The setting that I'm using on Atlas right now is, I think we have a video on that as well, like 100, 500, and I can play around with it, see these are all visual things. So, they're not really mathematical impact on it. They're not like indicators that if you change it, the whole calculations would change. They're mostly just a visual tool and see how they visually would be different. So, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Just play around with it, and this is important to understand that it doesn't have an impact on your the technical aspect of your access. See, now most of the community using Atlas, and it's becoming a culture here. Well,
Yeah.
Samir, each community has a style of trading. And yes, to some extent, they have some sort of a culture in terms of trading. Like, for example, if you go to Warrior Trading, they're very good penny stock traders. If you go to Investor Undergrounds, they're just short sellers of all these penny stocks and stuff. And each community, they require the tool that's the leaders of the community trading. Like, for example, if you're, with Investor Underground, because they're doing really short selling all the time, you can't use interactive brokers. You have to go with some brokers that have hard to borrow stocks. And that style of the management, risk management, that style of execution, that's completely different. And obviously, people adopt to that community. Our community is more focused on the blue chips, either through the ETFs or direct or options. The tools and the brokers that we are using as the community obviously is different, and more people are adopting it. And the leaders are usually, define that need. Like if I was a penny stock trader, I wouldn't probably need access at all. Based on my experience of how many years, like now 12, 13 years of trading, this is the more consistent way of making money. If you take one of these really big shorts on these penny stocks, you're going to make a lot of money and stuff, or, if you're, penny stock trader, but the consistency for making a trading as a living, I think these are way better.
Yeah, you can have a couple of really good trades, and then you just need one really bad trade. These penny stocks can blow up your account.
Yeah,
And
very important.
especially the thing is about these penny stocks too is, it's almost like if you get one good trade, it's like a gambler. If you go in and start gambling first time, you make money and you think, oh, this is easy. That's when that's when you can lose money, a lot of money fast. Go and think you've got it figured out. Wow, Tesla really just ripped there.
Yeah, AMD is coming back up as well. Now the Atlas showing up to 11. It's good to try everything. Like, it's really, really good to try. Go different communities, try them, share side within the small limits and stuff. See which one fits you. Your style of the trading, which one fits you. It doesn't bother me at all. We have a lot of traders that are coming and learning, and then they go, join other communities because they find that, okay, that's probably a better match for their trading style. How much money you have is also make a huge difference. If you have an account of $10 million, or if you have an account of $25,000, or if you have no money at all, they're all different. They're decisions that impacts your trading. But it's really good. It's really good to start with, I think, stocks as the basic understanding of price action and how a system works, because they're easier. And then from the blue chips are better because they're more consistent. You can develop systems on it. You can develop algos on it. I don't think on penny stocks you can really build an algo that easily, because they're really dependent on one or two big players that they're buying. Or they call them whales or dumping. So it's a little bit more difficult. But there's obviously opportunities. Like Ross Cameron is someone that has proved that you can turn $500 to $10 million. Timothy Sykes has done it. Timothy Sykes traded really small though.
Oh, big rejection on Tesla. Yeah, it's really choppy now.
What else? So stop loss, exact is my price. I'm not sure about the question. So Tara is asking about the level 2. How do you use the level 2? So the level 2, you usually look at it for the big signals of to the upside or to the downside. Most of the time they're useless. Like 99.9% of the time they're useless. They also tell you the bid and ask. So the first line is also important. Like the bid ask is also important to look at it. But now with the market access, you can see it visually. So you really don't need to pay attention, pay attention for most of the numbers. So AMD is coming back up. AMD Atlas is very, very bullish right now for 211.20 and then 212. There you go. It's beautiful trading on it. People trade. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Wow. See, you can actually fucking bring it this one here on the side. Here as well. Go full screen for me, Carlos, please. So you see that the 212 is going to be taken out. There you go. Now 212.80 is going to come out, and there's not much thing going on down here. So there's not much going on here, but more and more stuff is coming up.
Qs are bouncing back. Same with the SPY. It's been a bit of a choppy 20 minutes or so, at least 25 minutes. Market trying to find a direction here.
Wow, AMD is going to go to VWAP, I think.
If you had QBTS at 25, I would say should at least take some partials here at 33. Take partial and then let the rest go run. See if I'd use your entry if you wanted to be aggressive. Use your entry at 25 to be your stop. The other stop
Okay.
you could use would be sort of like 28 area. ZMU's up another 2.7% today. Yeah.
Yeah, AMD is going to go to VWAP, I think. 213 now. The Atlas is showing 213. 212 is now stacking down, so but it's very close. So that shows the pullback. Yeah, no, that's good. That's very beautiful. But again, guys, remember, market Atlas has to be in, you know, conjunction is the word that you use price action and market atlas, not only market atlas, just price action is very important. You understand that candlesticks. And when I say price action, it's just candlesticks. Candlesticks, very important, tells you a lot.
Hype and buzz. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I mean, I've got part of my portfolio in some some small caps. A lot of them are trading on the Toronto Stock Exchange because I'm a Canadian, and I got some insight into some of these rare earth element stocks and critical minerals, graphene. I had an amazing graphene stock that went from 12 cents to $3.50. So yeah, I'm not saying, but you just have to be careful. You don't just bet the farm on any one stock or your entire portfolio based on these small cap stocks because
Oh,
they can blow up too.
very, very, very be careful.
Yeah. Yeah, CRML is one that's kind of interesting. Critical minerals, all these critical mineral stocks have been great.
Wow, AMD is really nice. Very nice. Paris, very nice short on NVIDIA, beautiful.
Yeah,
Thanks.
AMD is coming back up to the VWAP here, so I think it's probably maybe going to find some resistance here. There's a pretty big order at 214. What is AMD's VWAP is 213.74. Oh no, I mean, well, it's funny. I mean, when you've got stocks, like I said, I got into this one stock, 12 and 14 cents. So, your downside, I guess, is the thing goes completely broke at 12 cents. Isn't it? Years in the, I mean, yeah, yes, I do use stops, and yes, I do partial. I mean, unfortunately, I never thought that one stock would run to $3.50, $4. Um, so I was taking partials at $1 and then $2. Um, it just Yeah, and I mean, if I do like penny stocks, the pennies are have been doing really well this year. It's been a it's been a very dry couple of years for these penny stocks, but they've really just started to light up this year with especially a lot of the mineral plays, which tend to be penny stock stuff. But yeah, I mean, if I'm investing in something that's $2 or $3 or $4, yeah, you definitely have to have an idea of where you'd stop out, because now you're talking about these significant downside. Yeah, I still have EVTL. Yeah, I actually added up. I sold some when it got up around 640, and then I added back on this pullback, um, just above $5. So kind of playing it a little bit there.
Is there daylight saving time anytime anywhere in the world today, this weekend? Or when is the daylight saving in Canada?
Um, it's got to happen pretty soon, doesn't it?
November 2nd is in the
What is it?
US.
Fall back.
Canada is probably the same, yeah. Yeah, I know the time that was the reason I saw that. I saw that the time on 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 the security machine is 1 hour different. But I mean, is it based on what country? Uh, the question is so it's a really good question. Apostolos Nikolaidius is asking, why did you take much larger position on AMD versus NVIDIA? Because AMD is a stock and play, have heavy volume, like you know, there's fundamental news on that, and I know this is in play. NVIDIA is not always in play. NVIDIA is something that, it's a $5 trillion company going up and down. There's a lot of capital you can just get in and out of it, but it's not always in play. So NVIDIA was a trade that I had very little, not little, but I wasn't my A plus setup. In the new book, I'm talking about all of these, the rating of the trade book and how, share sizing and everything. So read this one if you. In each of, so the NVDA was a trade, but it wasn't something that I want to go a bigger position on that because there was little certainty I had that this is going to be specifically in play today. And it was red to green. It was just below the previous day close and maybe pops up to, to the green. So take a smaller share size on that, or a smaller buying power being used. So in trading terminal, we have hotkeys for you based on the buying power. So 100%, 75%, 50%, 25%, depending on the confidence that you have in your trade book. And all of them have uncertainty in there. Even if I use 100% of my buying power on something, that doesn't mean that I'm 100% sure that it's going to go up. No, I'm willing to bet more, but still there's an element of uncertainty. When a poker player goes all in, he's not 100% confident that he's going to win, but he has a really good probability. He
Yeah,
sees
his
a good
odds.
probability at
Oh,
least.
feels good about his odds. It's always the odds. So I've got to go. I've got to take my car in to the shop 8:45. So I got to jump off here. Um,
Yeah, it's
glad you could
bad
make
car,
it in.
shitty cars are
All
like
right.
that. If you had a Lamborghini, it was different. You didn't have to do that. Yeah. No, seriously, Lamborghini, they come pick you up, pick up the car for you. They do the service and then they deliver the car for you. It's just Lamborghini.
Okay, so that's okay. I'll make a note of that. Next car, Lamborghini. All right. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, bye, goodbye. Thank you so much. Yeah. And yeah, so, but taking your car to uh, garbage to maintenance is for old people, for people. So, how are you doing, Nathan? You're looking good, buddies.
How
Thank
am I
you.
doing?
Did
I'm one of
I?
the people who still has to take his car to maintenance. That's how I'm doing.
Do they pick you up in a garbage truck though? They come pick you up in a
Dude,
garbage
that's so
truck and
good. For $400,000 once a year, they come pick up the car. It's totally worth it, I think.
Agreed, agreed. I think for that kind of cash, they definitely should be doing that for you in the least. And I think there should be a carpet as they pick it up as well, like that you have to walk
some
up on.
rose petals.
Some rose petals, maybe. Yes, of
No, these
course.
little things. These little things.
Just these little
Nathan,
things. You're
Nathan
like,
created, guys, educational material for Market Atlas. It's in both Trading Terminal Academy and Variable Traders Education. So if you are part of the Trading Terminal only and you don't want to be part of the BBT, the material is in the Academy of Trading Terminal. Thank you, Nathan. That was
Yeah,
really
more's
amazing.
a lot more's coming too.
A lot more
yeah.
coming, yeah.
So
And the UI UX is also going to be fixed. Like we give a lot of features, like can change the axis and zoom in, zoom out, that type
Well,
of
you can
thing.
scroll now. I don't
Yeah.
know if anyone saw that out there, but I was posting in the BBT chat room. You can actually use your scroll wheel now to change your bid ask level. So that's pretty amazing. Like I was pretty stoked. My ADHD was
Well,
on fire this morning on that one. Let me tell you, I was rolling the wheel in and out like, ooh, look at that.
it's
Thing is
ever since Atlas
awesome.
has been released, Thor's ADHD has been like on
Yeah,
fire.
it's not okay actually. Like I have no life, just Atlas right now.
awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that, guys. Really appreciate that. And if you have guys any questions, Thor and Nathan are the best people to teach you, how to use this new tool that our
Hmm.
community has created. All right,
I
having
agree.
said that, I'm going to hand it over to you guys. And thanks, Peter. Thanks, Carlos. And Paris did a really nice trade on NVDA. And I think it's coming with Gary.
Excellent. So, what is up, YouTube Landia? Good to see everybody today. Welcome to hanging out at BBT. I am having a very meh kind of day right now. I had one trade going on Microsoft short that I cut flat because it just wasn't going anywhere. Like I had a good sell and I got out of that one. Same thing with ES here. It called. I ended up cutting this one. Like we're just not going anywhere. So for me, I don't feel like this is my market. So I'm just kind of hanging out. The trades and we were in peak capital this morning, and the trade that we were watching was AMD this morning, and we went through the whole Nathan, we were talking in AMD today
Hmm.
about how these markets react to this really good news and how we could expect a really big sell-off today, actually at the open on AMD. And we had a whole lot of members in peak capital or hitting the short button leading into the open. One of the things I illustrated, which I thought was very interesting. So um, I was kind of showing everybody in P Capital that I actually am carrying AMD. Let me see. I don't think my screen's showing. Let me reshare it because this happens with this sometimes. We got to stop the share, and then we got to share the share. Do you believe in life after share? All right, there we go. So we were looking at AMD, and as we were looking at AMD on Atlas, you could see that there's this really large ask sitting at 230, and we went ahead and marked that as an ask wall because there's just so many orders there. So at the open, one of the things I did, which was pretty fun, is I actually took my phone out and showed them, and I was sitting there talking about what I'm going to do right now is because AMD, what is, I want to actually talk to everybody, and then Nathan and I will talk a little bit more about Atlas. If you guys are looking at tickers like AMD and calling them an investment vehicle, that is true in some sense, but more like in the sense of what we would consider to be swing trading, right? Like even in the investing world, there are tickers you really kind of swing, and then there are tickers you hold on to, right? So Zunio is all over it right now. What is the main thing that you need to factor in about AMD and what was happening today? Let's look at what AMD's dividend yield is. What is AMD's dividend yield right here? I might annotate. Don't I have annotation? Right here. AMD does not pay a dividend, right? AMD is a cash stock. You buy it and you're looking for price movement. So what happened today? We got a whole lot of price movement. So what I showed everybody at P Capital was actually me getting in and taking some of the shares that I had been holding on AMD since 80 bucks. And I showed them that I was queuing up for a market on open order, an MOO order. I was queuing in sells, right? So sure enough, right at the open, me and all of my fellow, everyone who's made money on this thing, holding it for a long time, right? Boom, big old sell, right? And now since then, look at the BS detector, Nathan. I have never
Oh
seen it
yeah.
that red.
Well, yeah, I think a few weeks ago, didn't we have something? I think it was INQ or something hit like 99 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Never seen it
for a
like
ticker
that.
though, that's pretty high. What was it? What did we say? It was like 17 million in the first minute, or I forgot how many
Oh yeah, it was the
we talked about. Like the first minute was like 17 million shares or something.
hold on, look. It was 7.45 million shares
Yeah.
came out in the first minute. And since that happened, look, this thing has just been, I mean, look at this thing just bleed. I mean, it's beautiful, right? But this is exactly what we were talking about. Brian, it's called the BS detector, the buying and selling detector. Not to be considered with other things you would use for the word BS. This detector is polite friendly. It is made by Southern people. So if it's going to be polite, it's either from someone in the South or someone from Canada. So just saying. Anyone in the middle, just no, I'm kidding. Just kidding. Oh my gosh. I would like to say to everybody that I think it's important. Canada's not rude. I mean, there's parts, I guess, that could be like that, but not the parts that I go to. The parts I go to is like the most amazing people ever on the planet. So they're really great, actually. So anyway, AMD is a cash stock, right? So boom. All right, so now we are watching. I kind of like having this here. This works pretty nicely. So Nathan, are you loving being able to zoom?
I do like that. I'm glad you pointed that out today.
Everyone in YouTube, who all in here is trying Atlas right now? Who's all using Atlas? Hands up, thumbs up for Atlas, thumbs up for Atlas.
And it still saves how you have it aggregated. So if you have it aggregated at 5 levels, zoom in and out, it still saves that 5 levels. It doesn't turn it to like 10 or.
Oh yeah, that's great. How are you doing on sensitivity? Are you still leaving this at 1?
Yeah, it's about 1.1.
Let's talk about Atlas for a little bit since my ADHD is focused here, buddy. Like, what do you guys think? Like, you love the scroll. I love the scroll. Of course we do. Don't scroll too much because you might piss Atlas off. Atlas isn't happy with the deep scroll just yet. Make sure, man, you're throwing while you're hitting that thumbs up, make sure you're also liking the chat, just saying you have but one job when you're here, right? So love you. But everybody, like, I know, like, I feel like kind of like I feel like I don't want to compliment Andrew too much, right? Because you guys know he's my boss. and because he's my boss, you're just going to think I'm a kiss butt, right? Or a brown noser, right? And although that may be true, that's not what this is about here. This is this is amazing. I'll compliment you too, Zunio. Zunio has a really cool screen handle. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Zunio is an
this all
incredibly
came,
good-looking individual. I don't know
yeah,
that
and this
could be
all
fake
came to
news.
be because people kept asking for it. So Andrew did it and put a lot of his own money into getting it out there, and found a company out of Germany to do it. Like, he went above and beyond what he needed to do to try to get this out.
Yeah, this is I think he actually went to Mercedes. I think this is actually built by Mercedes.
It is, actually, yep.
No, fake news.
The F1 team, actually. Mercedes F1 team. That's why it's so fast.
Thor, you cracked me up. I do agree. Andrew went in at, this will be an interesting one. All right, Andrew went in at 208.75 to 209 with approximately 10,000 shares, started partialing at 210 and 211, but then it dropped back down to 208.50 and then he got stopped out. How did he still manage to come out with a $19,000 profit? So, I'm really good at math, but no, actually I'm not. I'm actually really kind of shitty at it. So I mean, what ticker, FTD? I wasn't watching Andrew trade today.
Yeah, I wasn't watching either, so I'm not sure.
I was trading with Peak Capital this morning, calling this dope sell-off on AMD. Was he an AMD? AMD? Okay.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just making sure. To AMD. So he went in at 210. 210.
With 10,000 shares, but yeah, it's hard to say without
He
knowing
went
exactly how
long.
many partialed out.
Maybe he
Where.
went long. At what time? So, so a couple of things. All right. So number one, I don't think Andrew showed how many shares he took when he partialed. Right? So what likely occurred is Andrew probably partialed very aggressively. Like he probably took, half of his position, or hit two partials back to back, right? So you're talking about dropping half of his position, then half of that position, right? So then if it pulls against him, maybe he adds back in, right? So his partials may have, I doubt his partials at that ratio were 10%. So I would say maybe once his it goes through. Now you also have to remember that Andrew does not use fixed risk, right? So Andrew Andrew doesn't use fixed risk either, right? But inevitably, what I would highly recommend, and I was just going to say what Bellamy is saying, what I'd highly recommend, since I'm not Andrew, I would actually bring that question back for tomorrow and ask him tomorrow on YouTube when he has his Q&A segment towards the end, right? Right. So, because Andrew doesn't necessarily trade like using Andrew has a total amount of his account he's willing to risk, but he uses a hotkey that deploys a massive amount of buying power.
And he
You
hits
know
it
what I
several
mean?
times when he gets in. You'll see arrows,
Yeah, him and Paris will do this. It's called they load the boat. They load the boat,
You
basically.
might
They
see
see
6 or
something they
7
really like
arrows
and they
on
hit
one
there. Boom, boom,
candle.
boom, boom, boom. Is there a video on Atlas? Nathan, is there?
Yeah, I've got some out already, a couple out already on Trading Terminal, and I believe
What?
Mike put them in the BBT
No, it's
for
already
Find the
done,
Paywall.
people. It's already
But I'm going to
available.
I'm working constantly on videos, so I just I just need to get more recordings. Once I get more
including
recordings, I'll
ones
be.
for Atlas.
Mhm.
Just saying. Don't forget
Yeah, they'll be
Nathan's
coming out.
OnlyFans.
Atlas OnlyFans. Should I start an Atlas OnlyFans site or page?
Oh, I want futures out on this bad boy is what I'm waiting for. Can I get myself an ES, like a slash ESZ5? Bam. I mean, help a brother out. That's you saw that's funny. Under the dust cam. Oh my God. Well, that's what you get for joining Garbage Trucks and Lambos, is you get access to Nathan's OnlyFans cam for
Oh
free.
yeah, it's on all day. It's the one
It's
underneath. It's the one underneath my desk that gets streamed.
oh wow. This just went. All right. So speaking of trading psychology, um,
Oh yeah,
tomorrow
tomorrow
we've got
or
somebody
next. Yeah,
pretty awesome coming on. And I want to talk to everybody in here before that happens because I had an agenda item that I wanted to talk to y'all about, and then we'll talk more trading. Um, we're gonna have Stephen Goldstein on tomorrow, the Alpha Mind. If you haven't had a chance, he just released a podcast recently. Give it a check. You know what I mean? But the guy's going to be coming on. He's going to be hanging out with us during the segment tomorrow. 1 hour interview with us and the man. I mean, wear your Sunday best. I mean, this guy's the real deal. So I actually met him. Dude, no, Thor's like, don't let me embarrass myself, y'all. Like is what Thor's saying. But I mean, this guy's like the real deal. I spoke with him once back in Vancouver. I want to talk to him a lot about behavioral slippage and some of these other things he's done. But like I was hoping to talk to y'all a little bit and see about maybe getting a couple of questions that y'all would think would be like questions we would really like to make sure we ask him when he comes in here. I'll just kind of keep him off to the side. And then Nathan, can you or can you get either you post or maybe have someone post a link to the video in Atlas? Is that something we can do where it's at? Is it on Trading Terminal or is it
yeah. Let me
in?
look in there. I know Mike just put them in there because I just got them to him this weekend. Let me go in there and look and see if there's anything in there. Actually, I think Mike sent me a message on where he did put them. So let me look at that.
Nice, Tom. CL's awesome.
Here is for guys. Here's for
Look at this
BBT
R4.
for the BBT website, and then
There you go.
here is for Trading Terminal. So there's both links. Those are the ones Mike sent to me, so that he has stuff up. And I think Eamon even has a trade put up in there. Excuse me, put up in there already. I still need to catch some trades with it.
That's awesome. So we can do a little. So anyway, so we're gonna have Stephen Goldstein with us, and so I want to maybe get a couple questions for him. So I don't know, is there anybody in here? Everyone know who Stephen Goldstein is? Is there anyone here who's not aware? Mahai, if you buy it in paper, will you also get it on Kindle? I don't believe those things are linked together. But I don't really make those decisions. That stuff's all done through Amazon Publishing. So basically, like, I self-published, but all of the, all of the book stuff, its promotions and all of that stuff is generically handled through Amazon Publishing. So you don't know him? Hold on. Where's that? Hold on. Did you send it to me through Telegram? The bio
Yes,
they sent? Hold on, I got it right here.
he's a big deal. Just for reference. I was pretty excited. He agreed to come on. Super nice guy.
Where's the link they sent? Hold on. Let me get you guys one. Where's they sent that to our work email, right? Let's see. One second, you fabulous people.
You want me to see if I could find it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
and then
send it through you till Telegram.
yeah, that'll work. Maybe it's through my Outlook.
You have to look at Sophia. She's been responding for
Oh yeah, that's
Steve.
right.
Let's see. Because I gotta find her.
I got
There
it.
it is.
I found it.
You got it?
Yeah. Booyah!
Yeah, go listen to some episodes of the podcast and
All right, ready? Hold on. This is who we're gonna have on, okay? Stephen Goldstein has established himself as one of the pioneers in high-performance coaching for traders and investment professionals in the challenging and highly dynamic fields of financial, commodity, and energy markets. With 40 years of experience in the markets as both a professional trader and coach, Stephen is passionate about the belief that developing personal performance capabilities remains one of the last untapped edges for individuals and businesses operating in the financial industry. Stephen's coaching approach is deeply personalized, centering on the individual trader, understanding how they are, how they think, and how they can become more effective. His work is built on a strong foundation of personal experience. 25 years as a professional trader with major investment banks, followed by 15 years as a coach, while engaging in his ongoing professional development. At the core of all right, I can't do it all. This is just so too much. I'll just leave up here for everybody. So you can just see here. So really cool guy. I mean, he's been doing this for a really long time. Hey, here we go. Let's do this. All right. So what we're gonna do now? Let's make this even better. We're gonna take this here, and we're gonna take this, and we're gonna go copy, and then we're gonna go to. We're gonna go. Oh, hold on. I need Chrome. Oh, wait, no, I don't. I need Brave. We're going to go to chat. I'm going to say summarize this into a paragraph. Yoink. All right. Let's do it this way. So he's a pioneer in high-performance coaching for traders and investment professionals, drawing on 40 years of experience, 25 years of professional traders with institutions like Credit Suisse, Commerce Bank, and American Express, and 15 as a coach. His work emphasizes personalized coaching, helping traders, and he's also one of the co-hosts of the very popular market podcast, right? Alpha Minds, right? So he's awesome. He knows a lot of this stuff, and I highly recommend coming by and checking him out. Okay, winning.
and he does. He has that very like proper English accent too.
Oh, he does. He's
So,
English.
yeah.
We're gonna have some fun with it.
Yeah, he's calling in from the UK. So we're doing an international interview.
We're moving up, buddy.
We are.
Good work,
Finally.
man. Again, good work, man. Crushed it. All right, so what do y'all want to talk? You want to talk a little bit about Atlas? You're looking at CRML in Atlas? Only one L? Move out of my way. There you go. So I assume you're long. I have a book, it's on Amazon. It's called A Complete Day Trading System. Not to be confused with Trade Book, How to Create a Complete Day Trading System. Super similar title. Just mine's Day Trading System. So, I mean, look at CRML. It's like, look at this really large order here at $16.
Mm-hmm.
So is there any question why pre-market high is at $16.01? I mean, hello. This thing is buying like crazy right now. This is a very strong ticker. I would not sell this ticker right now, even though it's starting to sell a little bit right now. This one for me is a pretty strong hold. The order book's still very bullish, and it's and all of its large volume has been on the buy side. So I mean, not saying it couldn't turn into a sell maybe in like 15 minutes or something, but it would just be hard for me to get out of this. It's had so much strong buying over the past few levels. It just does not look weak at all.
And that spread is actively lifting up to that 16.
Yeah, like it looks like we're going here and then here maybe even. We're even starting to tear up towards this bigger order at 17. So, but to the downside, $14 is a little predominant, but I don't see selling. Like when we sell,
No,
we don't move. Like it does not seem like the specialists are ready to distribute yet. It looks like we're still headed for 16 right now.
you got that nice absorption just a few minutes ago too.
So it looks like they're
And then
still
just
trying to...
lifting straight off of that with nothing but buying. Yeah, there's a big order that just hit the ask and it lifted again. So we're lifting on buying, going sideways on selling.
Oh, I like that. That's fun. Haha. No. They should not give me toys.
Are you ADDing right now?
Well, my Epic doesn't work, so I'm trying to find a way that does it better. And this is actually working pretty good. I'm just trying to explore this annotation tool real quick. But yes, the answer is yes. So let's see here. If I go to, you can see these two orders. Look, they're cha-ching. SPX just alerted. Today was kind of a weird day for me, just like with everything where it was alerting at. I knew when I woke up this morning and saw where everything was positioned in the market, today was not going to be very like my day. So far I've had a flat day. I had a short going on Microsoft I got rid of because it just wasn't performing. And I actually lost a trade on gold. So actually I guess I'm a little red today. Oh well. I had an awesome week last week. What is my day? Oh man, there are days where the cams respond so well. I get huge moves all the way across the market. I mean, I've had 2 different days in the past. I had, shoot, what is it? It's only that I had like 5 or 6 days last month where I made what I would have made in almost a year in the earlier part of my trading career. This actually, CRML just for the first time is taking on a little bit of selling. But again, look, it's not really dropping our numbers. Like it's not a lot of volume. They're just allowing it to fall down the weak side of the book. There's a bid. Maybe they go down and tag this bid here. But that, look, there's some more orders to the downside. This is the first time this book has looked bearish-ish for a while, but it's still buying overall. So I don't know if I'd be willing to short it, but Oracle? We can look at Oracle.
Nope.
Oracle,
gotta
look at the
leave.
spread. Okay.
Oh no, I took out like 20 minutes. I got a JT from Spot Gamma is going to be
Oh, that's
my
right.
guest today in my bookmap webinar behind the paywall. So if you guys are BBT Elite members, come say hi to JT again, and we're going to learn about options, liquidity, and order book.
That's so cool.
It'll be fun.
So Oracle in this range isn't a very ideal ticker for me. To be honest, like I probably would lean away from Oracle today. It's very likely just to stay bound to this very small range. If you're gonna play it, I would recommend scalps, not range runs. So you can kind of see here, we're a little bullish up to maybe about 293.50, and then it just a void above that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really gross. 293. That's like right here. It just goes empty from here to here. So if it goes up into here, it could it could really pop to 294 really fast, like from here
No
to
volume
here.
right now either.
But there's no volume. There's no engagement, and yeah, I don't love it. I would stay off of this ticker.
Because they're going to need that volume to come in if they're going to get into that liquidity.
You
They
know,
need somebody to come in to help them.
Bim says he still hasn't like grabbed options. I think he hasn't had his eureka moment or whatnot. And I think I'm kind of with you there. I don't know how to say this right, but it's not that I don't care, because I feel like not caring is a strong word. I guess I'm just not concerned with it. Like, I only need to know so many ways to pull money out of the market. And although I am a know-it-all and I like knowing everything, I just can't know everything in the stock market. There's just too much. You know what I mean? And so I'm going to leave this stuff
Leave it to Jared.
Leave it to the options guys, Jared, Brian,
Yeah, leave it to Jared.
these guys. I just trade my futures, you know? Yep, Tom, it does. I'm meeting with, we're actually working on that today. I have a meeting with my developer today, and we're going to be coding in, we're making an adjustment into the cams that will also help with futures, because one of the issues we had with futures is when they open at the CPR every time. So we have to ignore that rule. Right. So we allow it to call no matter where it's open. So what we're doing is we're going to code in the CPR. And basically, if it goes up and outside the CPR, so this is going to be the 2 to 2s, then we'll kill the future. That way it has an opportunity to open and then stay in the proper range. But we're going to also adjust the equities to fit that, because when you read my book doesn't use the CP. It uses the CPR, right? The 2 to 2s. This is where we do all of our comparisons from. So I want it to be as true to the book as possible also. So I would expect to see that in the next release. I also am probably, what do you guys think? I think I'm going to get rid of all the HA and LA stuff. I just find that to all be confusing. I just wanted to like say them. And, you know, if it can't say them, there's just got to be a better method for that, because I don't know. I just don't like all the individual plays. Like, I just think I want it to say it. Like, possible plays, and then when it gets near when it calls it, you know, even if it doesn't say what plays are possible, if it just says plays are possible, you know, and then it'll just call it when it calls it, you know. I just don't think it's necessary.
We stuck in this range all day. You think we're going to break higher?
On who?
Everything. Just
Everything?
ES, NQ. NQ is just getting stuffed and stuck in this lower range. ES is trying to lift a little bit, but it's still struggling too.
Our
Is all the
order
excitement
book,
going to be on Wednesday?
our order book looks more bearish to me. But I was just gonna say FOMC is Wednesday, so maybe we just don't get any like good market movement till Wednesday.
Yeah, tomorrow might be like this too. So get
I mean,
ready.
we're in
It
a
might
higher, wider range, so we should not go through R4. So, I mean, we sold on SPY exactly where we should have sold from. Higher, wider range, R4 is the spot. So that's pretty perfect. I would even be willing to entertain another shot if we go, or a shot on SPY if it goes up to R4 and hits right there. That could be a party. Like right now, the density looks a little better to the downside.
Yeah, the futures are pretty stacked. They're stacked pretty well up to 6,800.
I want futures.
I know. Bug Andrew about it. Send him some
I
nasty
don't know. I
emails from
think
a
he
different
likes
email
you more
address.
than me now when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Well, send him some nasty emails from a different email address.
All right,
Like
so
open
what
up
I
another one.
what I need is, yeah, so Braz, what I was thinking is we just don't put the names in the boxes at all until it calls. But we'll talk about that later. I don't think we need to let everyone know. I just think right now it says no candidate plays. And if there are candidates, it should just say candidates plays and then plays possible and then call the play. I don't think it should say plays possible and then tell you which plays are possible. I think that's unnecessary information. I think if you understand the system, you can figure that part out pretty easily. But I just think like we shouldn't, we shouldn't call it until it's a call. So I think that'll make that a lot easier. And then it won't confuse people. The number of emails and questions I'm getting, people asking me what's an HC and what's an LE, like it's insanity. Like four or five emails a day. You're like, stop, leave me alone.
Man, RTY lifting up to all-time highs again. It's kind of grinding its way up.
Six oh eight ten has a really big order on QQQ. When I'm
What do
looking
you
at,
think?
I'm looking
What do you
like
think
this
about Apple
now.
if it comes back down to S3? It was pretty heavy selling on the book, though.
It's been
The,
selling
the
more than
rolling's not that
buying.
bad, though. The rolling, for how much it's been selling, the rolling isn't bad.
Cameron, what's the yeah, I like that. Hey, Tim, could you good to see you by the way, buddy. Could you type out all of your, maybe we do it that way. But I don't know. I think I kind of just like the idea of just like right now, like it says candidate plays and then it says HA. Like if it said like R3-S3 or something like that, I'd be okay with that. But the problem is when you get three or four plays, you're gonna load this whole thing up. So for me, I would just say, Bruz, I just think it'd be better just to say candidate plays, or not even say candidate plays. Just say, plays possible, or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. I think it would just be easier just to say there are candidates or plays possible or something like that. And then when a play is actually possible, then we'll say the play is possible or something like that. So there are plays possible. And then instead of saying candidate plays possible, we could say plays possible and then call the possible play when we get close enough to it and then actually call it. That'd be kind of fast.
That's a tongue twister. You did well to get through that.
INT. So for the record, and I know this is like, how do I say this right? Oh my God. Please do not unsubscribe from this channel when I say this. When you're doing coding, this is an IT tactic. When you code to the lowest common denominator. Right? So there isn't a problem with people learning it because they just won't. Right? It's like, why does McDonald's coffee say caution hot? Like, it doesn't need to say caution hot. It's hot. Like, they hand it to you. It's steaming. Hold it with your hand. It's hot. Like, no one needs to write that it's hot on there.
Wasn't there a
Yet it's
lawsuit
there.
though?
Oh, a
I thought
huge
that,
one. They lost a fortune
yeah,
on
and
it.
that's why they ended up doing that. Because you
Right?
can't feel that it's hot when you get the coffee in your hand. You just
No, Guy, the plays are absolutely dependent on where it opens. It's absolutely dependent on where they open. So that I said on futures, we can't do it the same way, but we're working on a methodology using the twos to put everything the way it's supposed to be. Because I would rather only call 1 or 2 trades a day and have them be beautiful trades than call 40 a day and have it in there. But anyway, so I can't put, like right now, candidate play HA. If you haven't gone to the page, looked at the indicator, then you're going to come in here and say, hey, what's HA mean? Right? And then I'm going to have to explain to you what HA is. That's why, like, for instance, when you get my indicator and you say, hey, how do you configure it? I just say, you go here and select Thor. And you go, yeah, but what are all the options? We had to put in a button so that you could see the options. Right? Because if we don't do these things, then I spend my whole life answering questions on how to do something, on how to configure this thing, and I don't like that. Hey, Jordan. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we even need to worry about the shorthand, bros. I like the idea of just saying, some kind of affirmative statement saying that there are plays. And then when we get close enough to the play to actually do something with it, we'll actually say it's possible, or, and then say the name of the play that's possible. Because there's never, I don't think there ever should be 2 plays possible at the same time. So I guess it could happen. It could happen. Looking a little bullish on Apple right now, actually.
yeah, I was looking at the book and the other thing, and it was definitely showing pretty bullish. But man, it hit a heavy seller. It had a lot of selling coming in.
I wouldn't be against like having some fun with Apple if it manages to come back to S3 again and really sets up. But right now it's selling too much. Well, so that's what I think, there's I wouldn't mind eliminating the box altogether, to be honest, Cameron. I would, but I think eventually what we're going to probably do is we're probably going to split the indicator. So we'll have one version of the indicator that's going to just look like this. And it's going to just call the plays up here. And then we're going to actually have an alerts, which actually carries, the actual alert itself. Maybe. That way you can decide what you want to do. But I think Bruz already, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I think Bruz already gave us the ability to hide the box if you don't want the box. I think you can actually hide it in here. It can show you how often I've done that.
Yeah, there's an option in there to hide it. Is it on style? I don't remember.
I forget. It's in here somewhere. It's the style tab, I think. But anyway.
Yeah,
You should
Apple is
trust
actually.
mine, congratulations, over all others, because mine are the superior of all the cams. Thus saith that no. I'll be fully honest with you here. Congratulations, as I always am. But they both work. The DOS cams work great. You know what I mean? Absolutely, bros. I like workshopping it in here a little bit because you kind of get to see what people want. It's you know, they all work. The important part is for you to use them consistently, right? I traded using DOS's cams for a couple of years. My calculation very similarly mirrors theirs, right? So but mine has a little bit of variation because I noticed some things that I and learned some things on my own that I felt were appropriate to add in there. A little, Tim, a little better. Apple had one call today. It called 9:41. That's it. And we were actually watching this in peak. This was a call, but it was not a play. You could see as it came into here, this thing was selling like crazy. So this was not a buy. So if anything, like I said, I may now actually, if it came back and reoffered S3 and we found a good buyer there, I would be interested potentially just because of the higher, wider range. But right now it's not looking great. But there were quite a few calls today, actually. Not a lot of calls, but like Amazon called at like 9:30, like right out of the open, Amazon called. Look at that drop on that thing. Woof.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly. But look at that bounce, though. That bounce was
Beautiful.
Nvidia's running
Yeah,
up, pushing the market up.
I agree, bros. I don't think the thing is what I like too is I like that you have the HA goes into here too. So maybe we just leave that alone. So we'll just have to probably leave that alone because I like that because if not, we'd have to call this like S3 or something. But it's already at S3. So and that would be confusing. So I think maybe we leave it alone for now. Yeah, they're working. I'm not sure what's going on with the order book on Atlas is a little bit jumpy on a couple of tickers.
It probably has to do something with the data feed, I would imagine.
They're aggregating an immense amount. Ooh, look at
Yeah.
SMCI. Look how bearish this thing
Because
is.
it doesn't look like a bracketing algo coming on and off. It looks like
No, yeah, it's
there's
too
just something up
broad.
with the data feed.
Looks pretty when you get up close.
Here's that ES test for you. Let's see what happens here.
Oh yeah. This is where SPY's at, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think SPY is probably really close. Yeah, it's right at the open price, right back at R4. SPY could be a really good trade, actually.
Well, I think I'm gonna go take off and meet
Yeah,
JT, make
yeah.
sure he
Go
can
get
get in
ready for your
the webinar
thing,
room.
man.
So
Have a good
you
time.
guys went to Option Fix, 12 p.m. Eastern in the webinar room,
Options
CBT
fix. I
webinar
love
room.
that.
JT's going to be talking about visual order flow and option levels. See if we can find out how to look for this option hedging out here on our visual order flow. So should be a good class. If you can't catch it, there'll be a recording out there. So,
Dude, that sounds so cool. I'm
and I'll
excited
see you
to.
guys tomorrow. Get Get your learning caps on tomorrow
Yeah, get ready for Stephen
for
Goldstein.
Steve. It's going to be good, so make sure you're here. All right, brother. I'll see
All
you
right,
later.
brother. Have a good time, man. See you there. I'm gonna pop into that one. I'm gonna be listening in the wings on that one. I really dig SPY up here at this level. I mean, it's really kind of fun. I was kind of looking at the order book. I mean, we have been selling quite a bit today, but we're buying a little bit too aggressively. So I want to see a seller engage, and that certainly was one. So this is really the candle I'm interested in. Right? If this candle tries to buy premium and gets forced, like, you know, if it fails to buy premium here, I want to see how aggressive the sell response is. If this buys through here, yeah, I mean, it's higher, wider range. So we're just going to let this guy go. But I like the idea of this ticker. You know, it's just, we'll have to see. Where did everybody go? There you go. You want to look at, yeah, see, I don't like that. So let's look at Tesla for a minute. Yep, Nathan's headed over to the BBT room right now to get ready for the dealio with JT. Tesla for me right now is actually fairly bullish. There's a really large order to the top side on this one. So I would not short Tesla right now. It looks really strong. See this guy at 448 right here? And this is right at ATR high. So if you're gonna short, or if you're thinking about shorting, I'd let it eat this level first. There we go. That works really good. When they zoom, we need the zoom to also aggregate. So as you zoom out, these levels should automatically aggregate at the same time as you zoom in. You should see more levels, and you should aggregate at the same time. CRML again, of course. So look how it's rejecting this order. Look at all the buying in front of that order that didn't take the price. That's very weak. It really didn't seem like they have a lot of desire to go hit this order right now. So look, we sold ahead of it really strong, and now we've reoffered it on weak volume. And when they tried to go for the order, anyone who bought the order was absorbed. It's still bullish because this is the best transactional potential on the book. But the question is, do we have enough buying to take on an order that's this big? And that's, you know, that's hard to say right now. You know what I mean? So right now, I wouldn't think so, because you'd have to buy through and close above ATR high. So for me, I feel like Tesla is actually a fairly good short from this position. SPY just started to sell. This would be a R4 failure, higher, wider range on SPY. CRML ended up halting. It finally gave up, Bim. Yes, it is still very relevant, Rick. So the problem is we're coding this into an indicator So we're you know, we all the rules, as we're getting to the different rules and getting them all worked in, it is still definitely very much mandatory. So that's actually something we're working on very soon. Even look here, even as we buy, we're dropping on Tesla. So this looks very weak right now. It looks like we're going to sell off away from this big order. So we're going to probably leave 448 as held today, which means we will not come back to it. I need to kind of have this thing I've been doing, like leading my head. Anybody see how we were reading that there? See what I was talking about with the buying? See how it was absorbing ahead of the large number? Like that someone's front running this order. Like they weren't, when people bought, the market makers were actually distributing into the market buys. So it's not very surprising to see them halt it. Now I also notice our rolling indicator now has gone red. So we actually are selling a little bit more than we're buying. So this is the kind of thing we're looking for. That's pretty cool. If I was gonna enter, I would be in, actually anywhere in here is fine. I don't enter based on candle patterns. I enter based upon ranges. So for me, my ideal target, my stop, I'd want it to be above 448.25. So let's I'll show you how I kind of mentally reverse engineer my stops. So let's see here. Draw square. Watch. So if this is where my stop is, right here, like this. Let's say I want to run a stop above 448, like right in here. Hold on, let me back that up and get a different color. I hate that color. So let's say my stop is going to be above here, right? So my stop's going to be placed right above the top of this square, right? The further down your entry is, the larger your target has to be. Right? So ideally, if I'm going to enter, right, and my stop is going to be above ATR high, I'm going to want to enter somewhere in here. Right? So that's going to create my entry window. Right? So, and let's say you could mark your entry window as like being anything like that. Right? So now that I know what my entry window is, right, I can figure out how far I need to go. Now you can use tools for this also. Let me show you. You can actually use like a risk calculator on TV, for instance. Hold on, clear mouse. Right here. Short. Right, so you could say, I want my stop to be right here. Right, so if you want a 4-to-1, you're going to be talking about somewhere right about there, right? So for me, if I was going to enter, I would enter anywhere right now. If I was going to enter, right? Like if you think it's a short, it's already shown you it's high. You know where ATR high is. You know where your order is. You don't want to get through, right? So for me, I can get in anywhere in here, right? So I don't like to get in based upon like a pattern. I like to get in based upon ranges, right? So I will enter, like I could be in on Tesla right now, for instance, right? Because it went into the range and my stop would just be here and my target's going to be there. That's it. Done. Right? I don't put a lot of effort into my entries. I just buy and sell ranges. Right? So as long as it's close enough to ATR high so that I can enter and get a good risk versus reward, that's it. That's all I need. In this instance, this is a lower narrow range. So for me, I wouldn't take a short on this one just because it doesn't fit my playbook. Right? But I wouldn't take a long on this one. It looks like it's selling right now. So, and if I was going to go short, I wouldn't go long into ATR high either, right? So for me, this is a more, if I was going to play this one, which I wouldn't, it would be a short. You know, for a momentum trader, this could be an amazing trade, right? It just doesn't fit me. But I want to be in anywhere, like I said, up in this area here, right? Because of knowing where my stop is, right? So look at that. So let's see it. Like if we'd have entered there, let's see if we would have hit a target. Really key levels by BrosX. Ding. So we have a book that kind of look here, look, even when we get green dots, look, we're not going up. When we get green dots, we're moving sideways. When we get red dots, we're moving down the book. So right now the algorithm is distributing, right? So the thing I do is I don't really do stock trading. I watch the algorithm, right? So this algorithm right now it's distributing down into this order, right? So it's running away from the big order to the top side. Let's get a little closer. See it, here we go. We're headed down for this guy right here. I don't like the bigger aggregate actually. And then I get a little smaller like that. Nah, it's too close. All right, everybody. Well, it's noon. I hope everyone had a lot of fun today going over the indicator, looking at this, maybe getting short on Tesla. If any of you have any questions, come on by. Nathan will be back in on Friday. We'll do another technical on Atlas and all of that for tomorrow. Don't forget, Stephen Goldstein, the Alpha Mind. Don't miss it. Come by, be fun. Let's be entertaining. Let's give this guy a good time. So much love, everybody. See you then. Talk to you soon.